I know you're gonna dig this. Dig this. Dig this.
Hey, True Believers England team here. Those were the books that were rejected for this. Okay, I could only, and I gathered 100 covers, and Will just kind of broke it down to 12. It was an impossible task, and so there were even more rejects for this, and I can't even call them rejects. It's just I had to come up with 12. I wanted to do something diverse. I wanted to make sure that you guys had a huge sample of what this man has done from a longer career than even I thought. I knew Spider-Man and all that, but this man's golden age, just saying. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see what you guys think of the book, especially that first book. You guys are going to look at the first book and go, with what you showed in those rejects, this shouldn't be here, but it is, you know. So there's going to be a lot of good covers, a lot of great covers, and at least one. What the hell? Seriously. So I'm looking forward to it, but I can't do it by myself. And here to help, we have Eric, back issue BREEN.
Yo.
And we have the lovely Amy Lester.
Hi. Oh, hi.
And the even lovelier Zach.
That's right. This is a rare appearance for me tonight, so cherish this live stream.
And I don't know if RDV is back, but the real Dr. VENKMAN will be joining us today as well. I say let's get into this thing. So I'm just going to type in the go for book one, and let's get this party started. Let me share the board out for you guys, the grid. Got to share the grid out. So, okay, let's see. Presents. Here we are. And create John Romita Senior ranking. And I don't know if tonight's going to be a 10 fest, but I think we'll have more than one. That is for sure. I do not believe this first one will be. Usually I save the weird one for number 8, but I figured we'd rip the Band-Aid off on this one. So, Eric, you're going to start us off with book number 1. Otherwise known as The Adventures of Kool-Aid Man. He did it! What can you say? I was like, wait, that's John Romita Sr.?
Wow. What on God's screen?
I told you, man. I told you.
You ever see that video of there's like a kid's like concert and there's this guy in a cat suit and he's playing the drums like ridiculously well for a little kid song? Kind of like that.
No, but I want to now. Yeah.
First of all,
Henry, it's not too late for you to choose a photo of the cover tonight.
first of all, that this is here, but Defenders 10 is not.
Yes.
Defenders 10 is not here because
Tragedy.
because we will do a Defenders 1 through 12.
Okay.
That is
okay.
Either way,
There is a method behind all of my madness, sir.
it's still a fireable offense. And Steve Ditko did the cover of Spider-Man 33 that you showed.
Oh, okay. Well, one thing that I did get caught in the trap of, I go to Marvel, and I caught this. I might not have caught it for all of them, but I caught this where John Romita actually may have inked like it would say John Romita covers, and it included things he inked on. So after a while, I started really making sure that the books that I put up here had John Romita's name first. If it didn't have John Romita's name first, I didn't include it. So,
However,
but I don't think I'm going to burn any rights in this one.
I was just say, and you know, and like the Bernie Wrightson one, he didn't do any of those covers either.
All righty.
I don't know what to give this.
Stumped him. You stumped the Breen.
I'm going to copy off of the one Desert Rose and one Slick. I'm going to say 8.
All righty. Okay, so how about RDV? Are you back? I saw you comment.
I'm back.
Okay.
So my question is, are they yeeting him out in outer space?
Is he kidding?
No, it looks like he's flying into their ship. All the debris is going in, so eventually they're going to be yeeted out into outer space. He just killed those kids in the fireballs.
Nice.
Oh yeah! Let's kill some kids. That's
So he's
basically what.
battling the thirsties that kind of look like the bubonic plague for kids. They're like Mr. Yucks. And I can't tell if his kid's got like a Charlie Brown shirt or something like that, and then it's supposed to be like the Lucy.
I might, maybe, except for
Maybe
maybe
like Charlie Brown and Lucy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. If he had one stripe at the bottom, it would definitely. Maybe they did that, and then they said, "Nah, draw a couple of more stripes so we don't get sued."
Is it? Yeah, it's like Charlie Brown before all his hair fell out. It's like he's in his Lex Luthor phase or something.
You know
It's
what I
like
fell out?
Ollie's brand Charlie Brown right here.
You know how I fell out? I tried
Timu Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown lost
Say
his hair
again?
by drinking. Charlie Brown lost his hair by drinking Kool-Aid.
Apparently so. Yeah.
The chemicals they put in the water.
By the way, I would like to point out that the ice cubes in the Kool-Aid Man is supposed to represent hair. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but there you go.
Have you tried that?
So then is he giving like the kids a little version of him? Like, here, drink part of me. This is me. This is my hair.
I don't know. Is he dipping the pitcher into his own stuff? I know. What do you score this, RDV?
For the absurdity, it is a 10.
Alrighty. Amy. Oh, nope. Sorry. Zach, what do you say?
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, so I'm rating tonight based off of the scale. What would 10-year-old Zach buy at a comic stand? And Bad Comics Reviews, that is exactly where my mind went, actually.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was meaning.
Like, this is the Last Supper, which is really sacrilegious, I feel.
It's just my body. And yeah,
Man, 10-year-old Zach, I don't know if he would see this and go, what on earth? I gotta give this. It is entertaining, but man, I'm gonna give it a 7. It's
All right.
It's something.
Okay.
There should be a whole separate number. It's something.
It should be number Kool-Aid.
Was this a Kool-Aid? With a box of Kool-Aid?
I have no. It says 60 cents, so it says 60 cents value, so maybe it was. I don't know. Amy, what do you say?
Well, I think this is about as nicely drawn as a Kool-Aid comic could reasonably be.
It was drawn cool.
They did very well. That's good. I guess I can give it. Yeah, they did a very good job.
May the eight of the cool man be with you.
I'll go one better. I'll give it a 9. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah.
So we have a 7, 8, 9, and a 10. I'm gonna tell you this. This is a very simple cover. It's obviously for kids, but for what it is the perfect version of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
There is no wasted space. I mean, you could say that maybe the box as he battles the thirsties in outer space and on the baseball field. I wonder if they put that box in there. Why is he not yang through a dugout instead of a spaceship? But it's at least it would be a little bit more understandable. But the thing is this is an absolutely wonderful comic book for kids. So I'm going to agree with RDV. This is ridiculous. It is fun. It's one of my favorite comics to always get that never sells. But yeah, Kool-Aid Man, give it a 10.
This would be an alternate cover on the baseball field where the kids, you see him, an empty pitcher on the floor dead, and the kids are just basically just Kool-Aid
running around with little cups.
And little
so Austin says 7, Jay says 9 already, and we're doubling up on those. Hello to my daughter, Ashley, saying that's a 10 for the memes alone. Oh, Ashley, I have a cover tonight that has it has to be what started one of the most popular memes of all time. You'll see it. You'll see it at number 8. But she said 10. Ethereal says 9. Dark Admiral says 10, and Joe says 8. So it's an 8, 9, 2 10s. 8, 9, and 2 10s.
This
alrighty.
That the Hulk Hogan would do, jump through a wall.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of people don't know that it was when Kool-Aid Man was no longer the mascot for Kool-Aid, and they stopped doing the oh yeah and the busting through the walls. Kool-Aid Man died. He was resurrected as Macho Man Randy Savage.
Did he
True
say
fact.
oh no?
True story. Joe says 8. That's cool. Let's see, a fun cover. I'll give it an 8, says Darth Kato, and a 10 from Bad Comic Review. And Desert Rose says 8. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. So we've got 3 8s and a 10.
But Mom, it looks tasty though.
Say again.
But Mom, the strange man looks tasty. I want to drink.
Yes. Adventures of Kool-Aid Man, says Maranya. Romita Sr. can make even a ridiculous advertising icon look amazing. This sells the book to the target audience. This is an oh yeah 10. And One Slick says 8. I think I have this. You might have bought it from my auction. Every Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for those of you who don't know and still are watching. 10 and 8. Alrighty. Boom and boom. Let's see. Kool-Aid Man is Marvel's most underrated character and the most underrated comic book character. Total says Comics, giving this a 10. Henry, book 1. What? I'd say it's a good. It does the job. Give it a 7. All right, so a 10 and a 7. Let's see.
In the 90s, they should have had Kool-Aid Man kills the Marvel Universe.
They have helmets on, time to sink or swim. He gives of his body like a liquid Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Amy just burned this comic. Okay, here we go. We got another number from MK. 10. It's the Kool-Aid Man. I'm sorry. 10. It's the Kool-Aid Man. I can't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I just noticed Kool-Aid Man's nose is faced the opposite direction that it should, yet the design makes it look like it probably looks ridiculous when drawn correctly. Probably so. Okay, let me get MK's 10, and I'll get the stop. And if you want to put in a vote, if you're listening in going, well, this seems like a tight group of people, I wonder if I can join in. Yes, you can. Just put in a vote. The grades are exactly what you want them to be. But we do have sort of a guide. 1 is horrible. 2 is 1 is god awful. 2 is horrible. 3 is very bad. 4 is bad. 5 is it doesn't really mean anything to you. 6 is average. 7 is good. 8 is very good. 9 is awesome. 10 is super awesome. Whatever those numbers mean to you, it works. There we go. All right. So here is the stop. Michael Taylor, I think you missed me. Michael, I miss you every day. The numbers. Okay. Let me get that. Hi, Ashley. I missed you flirting with my daughter. Yeah, 8. Okay, there we go. All righty. Okay, there we are. Let me give it an 8. And this is what we got here. We've got 3 7s, taking out 3 of those 8 10s. And then we've got 7 8s, taking out 5 10s and 2 of the 9s, 1 9 standing, ladies and gentlemen. So that is what we start off the night with. Not too shabby. I knew that would be the oddball. I figured I would get it out of the way.
You know what I'm waiting for? Is the next quick cover next.
That's quick. Yeah. All righty. Let's go for book 2. And we have RDV leading us off on this one.
John
All
Romita
right,
went
who'd
from
win in a
White
fight, Kool-Aid Man or Mike and Ike? Well, it's 2 against 1, but I don't know. I think with all that liquid, Kool-Aid Man has the weight going for him. So, all righty, RDV, like I said, John Romita Sr. has been around since the golden age, and here's proof.
I like the other cover because it's like that woman saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna jump in the lift." No, my tires. Captain America number 10, number 78 versus the Russian mascot.
Yeah, by that time it was communists and not Nazis.
Why is he wearing a ghillie suit, or is he supposed to be like a green chicken? The feather stuff. I gotta say, this is for Romita, that's an ugly Captain America pose. His whole body proportions are wrong.
I don't know what he's talking about. I think that Rob Liefeld took his inspiration from
this cover. Exactly.
This is the cover that inspired Rob Liefeld to draw the bustiest Captain America.
Oh my gosh! Never mind. He's got his name signed on there. I was gonna say I need an official to actually verify you got the right book.
Oh, that was actually a conversation before the show. People were like, I didn't even know John Romita was around until I saw his name on it. Yeah. I did not want to pull another Bernie Wrightson. I can't say that I didn't at some point, but I really tried to make sure that everything was actually John Romita.
I will not be biased. This is a 5.
It's a 5 to RDV, but what is it to you, Zach?
I'm going to give it a 6 because, it doesn't look great. And Cap kind of looks really anorexic around the waist, but he's still fighting commies. And we all agree that commies are bad. So I've got to give it a 6.
Okay. All righty. And how about you, Amy? What do you say?
Also, the shield's messed up.
Do Mike and Ike have superpowers?
Say again?
Do Mike and Ike have superpowers? Because,
no.
Kool-Aid Man can burst through a wall. So he's, at least 30% Hulk. So I feel like he could probably win in a fight. Yeah. And apparently he got drawn by Romita Sr. So that's pretty darn good. He's got that in his corner. This is... when was this comic made? Is this the 50s?
It would be the early 50s.
Huh, okay. It's an interesting piece. There's something about it which is almost oddly modern. I think it's kind of the way that it uses energy in the character's pose. It's kind of pushed and exaggerated a little that makes it almost cartoony, which is a little hard to know how to interpret. But I do like the bold colors, and the dark lines are kind of interesting. I can't say that it's my personal taste, but it is an interesting piece, I think, in the aspect of how art has evolved. So I think I will give this I think I'll give it a 9.
Alrighty. Eric, what do you say?
I'm going to go 8 on this again. I make a little allowance for the time period.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a pretty good cover.
All righty. And I got to tell you, this was one of 3 of the 1950s Captain America that he put out. One, I was really stuck on one for a while, but then I thought, you know what, I'm going to put this one out just because I think the other one, and I know this sounds kind of contrary to what we try to do, what I tried to do, share off some awesome covers, but the other one seemed like it was such an obvious 10. I wanted to see what people thought about this because 1, he's fighting commies. 2, there's a goofy looking villain. Because I understand the way that he's holding Bucky's head looks weird. Just there's a lot of stuff, but at the same time, it is not a bad image. It's a cool image. And I got to tell you, one thing I've never seen before, and I think this was what really nailed it for me to put this up here. I like the fact that the shield is loose. And damn near every picture I've ever seen of Captain America with a shield, it's tied up against his body, even when he slings it back. This is, he put the strap on and it's loose on his arm. I've never seen that before, and I thought that was interesting. I am going to give this a 9. Say again?
He put the strap on.
Yeah, he put the strap on and it was loose. Yes. Alrighty, so One Slick says 10, so does
Knock it
Jay.
off, Hangman.
Ethereal says 10, and so does Desert Rose and Bad Comic Reviews. So we've got 5 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
This looks
Well,
like
all right. Next,
all of their viewers are anti-communist.
yes. Book 2, it looks like Simon and Kirby. I like it. It's a 10, says Henry. And then we have he's absorbing the hero's power, I think. And Michael Taylor says 10, fantastic cover, colors, and details. We have an 8 from Leon and a 10 from Dark Admiral Hare. Alrighty. Darth Kato says, other than the green guy, this is a pretty cool cover. I'll give it a 9. And then we have Maranya saying Captain America number 78. You could see the later action-packed Romita covers in this early one. Cap looks amazing and perfect proportions. This sells the book. Score patriotic 10. And next up, comics. John is cover for Captain America comics aren't that great. This one's kind of more, it's kind of cool, but it's not that memorable or anything. And also the comics he did for them, very problematic. Not quite sure that one, but he gives it a 5. Agreeing with RDV. Let's see. Great Googling. My daughter says 8. And then we have E will never live down this. This is it, or isn't it? Writes in. No, that's right. Yeah. I understand. I'm paranoid about the rights in effect anymore. Because that's actually what happened. What I said about how when I was looking, I noticed John Romita was the second or third name on a cover, and I realized that's what happened with Bernie Wrightson. I was putting up stuff he inked and worked on, but wasn't the cover artist. Let's see. The pose is fine. It's at a lower angle while he's leaning back. If there were animation, they'd call this an anticipation pose. A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle zapping Captain America, says MK. Give it a 10. There we go. Let's see. At Comics and Tortillas, you gave it an 8. I'm inclined to give it an 8 there, Comics and Tortillas, but we don't do points. It's 8 or a 9. Yeah. If you want to put definition in there, you go right on ahead. Let's see, who did I do? Oh, MK had a 10. All righty. Please define problematic regarding those books. The 50s, also the Green Man. There's Electro, Marvel, renew the name for Spy. Oh, yeah, they did a lot of that kind of stuff. Let's see. It's an 8, says Comics and Tortillas. Alrighty. And then we have Black Spiders giving it an 8. And here we go. Let me tally this up for us. Let me put the stop in. Remember, if you have a last-minute vote for this one, we will include it. Dang, I just looked up Romita's first issue, True Secrets, number 4, 1951. What you trying to say there, RDV?
I was just saying that I'm glad they got rid of the strap because it looks like a man purse.
Hello, honey. How you doing? Not
And,
you,
that's
RDV.
and then somebody said that's supposed to be an Electro, an early design before they reuse it.
No. I mean, he did mention that, but
Yeah.
but they did do that a lot with the monsters. Okay, so we have 2 5s and 1 6, taking out 3 of the 10 10s, and then we have 5 8s, knocking it all the way down to 2 being left. But we have 3 9s, so
Really?
not a 10 now.
Was that a retcon?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they actually retconned it to this being a not Steve Rogers.
It couldn't be because Steve Rogers was in the ice when the commies were.
Yeah, that's what. So they retroed
that would
this
change
to
my
be
score. If this is-
a second Captain America.
That would change my score if this isn't Steve Rogers. This is somebody else.
What do you change it to?
I'd go up to about 7.
7. All right. Doesn't change the. It
Because I
doesn't
was going-
change anything but the score, but it will change the score.
Because I was
Okay.
going on, if this was supposed to be Steve Rogers, I'd be like, what? Because I don't think Kirby drew him really well, but I'm just saying that this isn't the crappy version. But I said, but it's not Steve Rogers. That's why he looked different.
Okay. Well, let's move on to book number 3, and Zach is going to be leading us off on this one. And Zach, you get to, at this point, Eric's going, really? You're giving these books to them, and I got in Kool-Aid Man? But you get Fantastic Four number 118.
Oh, nice.
Gotcha.
Fantastic. Liz, we got Cujo. We got the best that Crystal has ever looked. Oh my goodness. I am digging everything on this cover. This is a Zach Richmond 10 right here. This is fantastic. Thing fighting a giant dog. The
Lockjaw.
bad breakup. I know his name. Bad breakup going on. Man, yeah, that's a 10. I don't need any more. This is just great.
All righty, Amy, what do you say?
Yeah, this is really neat. I like that they've got an environment in here that looks pretty cool, and Crystal looks really neat. Well, I wonder what's going to happen next. So it's doing a good job. I'll give this a 10.
I tell you what's going to happen next. She and Johnny are going to break up. It's going to be awful because it's the best relationship Johnny ever had, and she's going to go on to have a kid with that no good Quicksilver, and then she's going to marry Ronan. It's a whole thing. She's awful.
All righty. Eric, what do you think about this cover?
There's a lot going on. It's awesome. I'm going to give us a 10.
It is neat
Alrighty.
how it has a circular composition around the word bubble. I don't know if
What
that's a
about
10
the
or
bubble?
not, but that's kind of cool.
And RDV?
Well, that's a great cover, and it really paints a picture. The Thing being attacked by a giant dog. He's yelling obscenities. They're bleeped out to that filthy inhuman dog. And then you got Johnny Storm being useless as general, and then you got Sue saying, "Reed, maybe I should call Namor."
Yeah, you might be able to help.
And then, honestly, I like this. I just like the fact that you have Crystal looking the best. Yeah, I'm getting some like Flash Gordon vibes. You know, I like this. This is cool.
She's got the cool shoulder
We'll have
armor.
we'll have to read this eventually on the channel. All right, so I give this a 10, a fantastic 10. The only thing I would change is Reed not having his hand in the mouth.
I like that. He's trying to pull Lockjaw off of him, and he reaches into the worst part. It's not like he can bite his fingers off because he can flatten to the size of a pinhole. So
No, the reason
He's a giant chew toy.
the reason I would change it because he has the wrong arm in there. You should be using the right arm.
Okay.
The left arm twisted like that is kind of weird.
All right. Yeah, obviously, I gotta confess, the Crystal of this really stood out. Not for odd reasons, but I truly believe she is drawn better, like Zach said, better than she has ever been drawn.
All great. Oh no, we got dropped.
This is almost 2 different covers. Like, I would not be surprised if they put a line down and then it's 2 different stories. Because I mean, if you look, it's almost that way. With Johnny and Crystal on the top and Reed, Sue, and Lockjaw and Thing taking the bottom part of the cover. But the thing is, the thing about this one is even if you did that, there is so much going on that bottom half, but you can tell everything. This is a crowded cover. It is not a cluttered cover. It's done very well. The action is very clear. Even with word bubbles, nothing is blocked. There's not an empty spot, and I'm going to say there's not a wasted spot on this cover. 10, easily.
Can I ask one question? Is this a possessed Crystal, or is she just whatever? I don't know what the story is. I've never read this before.
I guess we're going to have to read it to find out.
Because if someone is possessing her, they're stupid. Black Bolt is the most powerful Inhuman.
Yeah. Leon says 10. Ethereal says 10 as well. Then we have this is Henry saying this might have been one that he inked, but it said John Romita on the credits. That's why I put it up there. This is an amazing cover. Give it a 10. And Black Spider says 9. So we got 4 10s and a 9. 1, 2.
Marnie, I'm
three,
taking that his arm's twisted and it's basically you're seeing the back, you're seeing the palm facing up towards
This cover is a 10, says Darth Kato. Oh no, I read that one. Joe says 10, so does Dark Admiral. And Comics and Tortillas says 9, and Great Googly says 10. Alrighty, so 3 10s and a 9. 1, 2, 3, and a 9. Let's see. 10, very cool cover, colors, and details. Then we have a Bad Comics Review 10 and a 1 Slick 10 and an Austin 8. So we got 3 more 10s. 1, 2, 3, and an 8. Next up, we have it's John Buscema. Look at Crystal Buscema, babe, says Henry. And then we've got funny cover. I'll say 10, says MK. I will look. I'm going to admit it could be an inked cover, but let's just roll with it. He did some work on this, and he was credited on it.
His job is
so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to point to the fact that one of the comics that Henry shared with me to put up here was a Steve Ditko cover. We all make mistakes.
I want to point out is John Buscema, John Romita, and John Thornton and Sam Rosen were all on this cover. So it's a group cover.
Fantastic Four 118, Lockjaw being awesome. Crystal, a hottie. This is a John Romita Sr. personified, excellent detail in action. Score a fantastic, pun intended, 10. All right.
That makes sense.
I give it a 7, says Comics. And then 10 for Desert Rose. And let's see. Imagine money you got to spend to feed that dog. Well, obviously just Rockman. And let's say I want the panel. Book 3 is still voted very good. John Buscema 8. It says Romita touch-ups. Just saying. All right. Like I said, I looked for the credits. I mean, we could do this all night if it happens, or we could just... I'm just reminded of what I think was the Civil War ones where Black Bolt causes a ravine to appear and everyone was shocked because it wasn't him speaking. It was only a whisper. Yeah. Black Bolt's pretty cool. Plus, I don't think he could be mind controlled because he's focused so hard to not speak that he's hard to control. All righty, so we have 1 7, 2 8s, 1 9 trying to take down 18 10s. This is definitely
Great Googly Moogly. I hate you for reminding me about that. Doggone it, man. I was having such a good day.
About what?
Lockjaw's a human. Lockjaw is a human, technically.
You know what? I hate the fact that they retroed that because one of my favorite comic books is Thing Number 4, where Quicksilver.
That's an awful issue. I hate that
Quicksilver wants to put his daughter into the crystals, the Therigan Mist, and he's saying anything is better than just being human. And Lockjaw says, "Well, what about me?" You know, he is an inhuman. He went through the I don't know if you say Terrigan or Therigan. It was an incredible story, and it had an impact because you realize, wait a second, the dog has been an inhuman all this time, but Marvel got scared because they've treated Lockjaw like a dog for all of his appearances, and they felt that if he was an actual person, a human or an inhuman, they wouldn't have treated him like that. So they retconned it so he was always a dog. But that Thing Number 4 was such an amazing and such an impactful story, and it also shows the downside of being an inhuman. That you at one point in time you are normal, and then you go through the Terrigan Mist or Therigan, whatever you say, and all of a sudden you could be a dog, you could be a butterfly person, you can be the most powerful, one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel universe. It doesn't. Yes. You have no control over that. To me it was a sad moment because Marvel didn't stick to their guns. There's so many stories to be told with the Inhumans about the ups and downs of being an Inhuman.
So there's John Byrne with Jim Shooter also writing with him too. So I can't blame John Byrne for it. It might have been Jim Shooter's idea.
All righty, kids. Let's see. Let's go to book. What are we on? We're on book 4. Go for book 4. Oh, let's spell it properly.
Sorry. Blackbird opens his mouth and then she's wiped out of existence, no matter what her power set is. So therefore, Blackbone is the most powerful Inhuman.
Maybe
wrong. That story's terrible. Why is that story terrible?
Story.
That was a great story.
That was the Thing, issue number 3. John Byrne.
Was it 3? I kept saying 4. It was 3.
I thought it was 4.
No, it's 3.
Yeah, I thought it was 4. Yeah, well, okay. Anyway, it is Amy's turn, and she's got Marvel Team Up number 22.
Huh.
And this is one that Henry did pick out.
Really?
Henry?
Yeah.
Oh.
Henry got taste.
That's fine. It's well drawn. Yep. The
Robots.
grass looks nice. The trees look nice.
Robots.
Those are good robots.
Amy, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
What is Spider-Man swinging from?
Did he just like Tarzan off a vine or something, and he's still just flying through the air?
He's got a web line in his hand, but his fist is closed.
Top
Does
of a
he?
tree, I would assume.
Oh yeah, I guess it's kind of in with all the little foliage on the
Yeah.
noise there. Okay, so he's supposed to be I'm like, I don't know, he's supposed to be doing some kind of a funny flip through the air and kicking
He's
a
a-
robot in the face.
He's a cheerleader.
There you go. That would be a different kind of cover. Like, okay, Hawkeye, we're gonna make a pyramid. But you need more people for that. Well, maybe they can use one of the robots for their cheerleading pyramid. What am I talking about? That's fine. I'll give it a I guess I can give it a 9. Yeah, it's well done.
Alrighty. And Eric, what do you think of this one?
I will go 1 more than that and give it a 10.
Alrighty. Okay. And RDV.
I love the robots on this. I love the little claw that looks like it can't close whatsoever because it's a circle.
It's not even hinged. He can hold his action figure accessory, and that's it.
I love the detail on the grass. I love the fact that the robots shine. The destroyed part of the robot that's on the ground that's smoking. And it's the fact that it looks like Spider-Man was going to kick that guy, but he's like, Hawkeye's like, I got it first. I love these team up covers. They're cool. I'm gonna go 10.
Alrighty.
Would I voice both Spidey and Hawkeye? Actually, what I've been doing is I've been letting Amy voice Hawkeye.
Ah,
Who's pretty good at it.
well, thank
Alrighty.
you.
Yeah, she's gotta get that surfer voice. Surfers.
That'll work.
Okay. So how about you, Zach?
I'm going to give this a 9. I like the dark background. It makes the shiny robots stand out. It makes the color of Hawkeye and Spider-Man's costumes pop. I like the texture, the grass on the ground, the explosion of the arrow. All of this looks really good. That's Hawkeye's best costume, by the way. I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why I like this so much to give it a 10. Because it, once again, is not a cluttered. I mean, this is the almost like George Perez level of skill for filling up a cover without it looking cluttered. But one of the cool things I like about this is the robot is in the foreground, but Spider-Man and Hawkeye are still the central figures. So this was one of the. This is a very well blocked comic cover because they're not front, but they're most definitely center. They're the focus. They're the focal point of the cover, and I think that works. Even though the action is actually appearing stage right. So yeah, it's a really, really well done cover. I'm giving this a 10. MK is saying who wins, Lockjaw or Crypto? Crypto. And he's giving this one an 8. Alrighty. And then we have, let me put down my 10 there. And then we have another great cover. It's a 10, says Darth Kato. Next up, we've got an 8 from Black Spiders and Comics and Tortillas, Mexican comics. We have as an 8, too busy on this cover. He just realized that. And then we have Joe saying 8, Comics saying 7, and One Slick and Austin saying 8 as well, and a Dark Admiral 9. So we have, how many 8s does that make? Oh, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got a 7, we've got a 9, and a 10. So a 7, 5 8s, and a 9 and a 10. Okay, let me think. Okay, it is a 7. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 8s, a 9, and a 10. Alrighty, let's scroll down past Dark Admiral to see Desert Rose gave it an 8 as well. Michael Taylor says 10. Very cool action-packed cover. Very nice details and colors. So we've got an 8 and a 10. Next up, Bad Comic Reviews says 10. And then Maranya says, Marvel Team Up 22, Spidey swinging from the action blurb. Wonderful action and details. Romita personified. Score a Spidey 10. Ethereal says 9. There we go. Hawkeye, please don't shoot Spider-Man's ass. Let's see, an 8 from Anthony Bolello. Now, what it says, you surely can't be going through all Romita's covers at this pace. This video will take a week. We are planning on it, sir. And you can't tell us what to do. I'm just kidding. Actually, I picked like 100 really good covers, and then I picked 12 that would be interesting. Not necessarily the best, because I didn't want. I mean, we could do an entire show of Romita's just Spider-Man. So I picked a little bit of a lot. But there's only 12 covers. All right.
Yeah, we were thinking about going for like, you know, for a whole week, but then we realized we probably only see like 30% of them would be Romita covers.
That's true. Yeah, there are a lot of them. Let's see. Book 4. It's a 10. The old days, says Henry. All righty. But welcome and thank you for joining us. So feel free to vote. Once again, let me go through the numbers. These, whatever these mean to you, that's what it means. We have god awful is 1, horrible is 2, 3 is very bad, 4 is just bad, 5 doesn't mean anything. It kind of, you don't feel anything when you look at it, or don't like it. It just meh. 6 is average, 7 is good, 8 is very good, 9 is awesome, 10 is super awesome. Super awesome doesn't necessarily mean best drawn. It could just hit you in the right way. That's all. Like I said, whatever that means to you is the right score to put
Right in
in.
the feels.
Yep. Let's see. Maranya, feel free to give this score, 1 being the worst. Okay, she's explaining it as well. Let's see. Boom. Remember to punch that like button, says England team. Subscribe and support this channel. And, of course, the Ko-Fi link that I keep forgetting to put in. I always get the crypto, the super dog.
You mean you didn't do that? Oh, we had no idea.
You know. Okay, so we got 8, 6 8s. What, 6 8s? Okay.
I mean, we have 20 people watching here. Why don't we show for your channel?
I know, right? That would be
Right?
nice. Yeah. Okay, did I miss any numbers as I was reading that off?
The last was Anthony Bello after Maranya.
Okay, I got Anthony's. Alrighty. Well, it's hard if I give this a 10. What do I give Amazing Spider-Man? Whatever the hell you want. That's the beauty of this. Whatever it means to you. That's it. So if you feel this is a 10 for the reason that holy crap, Spider-Man looks funny because he's kicking, and then you want to give Spider-Man 39 a 10 because it's the most awesome cover ever, that's up to you. It really is. We're just having a lot of fun.
The only rule is there are no rules.
Well, there are some rules. But
Answer no.
yeah, but the main part is to have fun looking at some covers. Maybe you'll see something you haven't seen before and enjoy it. That's it.
And clothes are optional. I can't see you.
Clothes are optional. I'm not wearing pants. Alrighty, so what we got here is and by the way, if you want to put in a last minute bid, just go right on ahead. I say bid because we do auctions every Saturday night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. See, I can chill.
Don't have to share everything.
Right.
Why
Just
is it so
because you
cold
get
here?
one cover at 10 doesn't mean you can't give them. Exactly, Ashley. So far, I've been given 10s for the first 4 covers, but they rate that to me. Put your shirt back on. There's one rule. Yes. Nobody needs to see my mean boobs. All right, we got 1-7 taking out one of those 8 10s, and then we've got 8 8s taking out the last of the 10s, leaving 3 9s left. Oh, hello. Eric and Boyd comes in and gives this another 10.
That's right.
All
Will it make
right.
this any more awkward for the one girl on the panel?
Yes, I can, but I don't want
It's
to.
not awkward for me. It's pretty awkward for me too.
Well, we were talking about you.
Okay, so let's see. All right, no worries, Eric and Boyd.
Amy, you're awake.
And how you doing, man? Let's see. Okay, so I don't think that changes. It's still a 9. It's still a 9. Alrighty. So
Hold on. Check. Amy, are you still awake?
Amy.
I'm awake.
Okay.
Alrighty. Name is awake. She's still part of it.
I'm here. Yep.
Yeah, we do long videos. Yeah, we do these. We try to cap them at 2 hours, but whatever. You know,
I get it though.
It's really hard.
If you're not actively engaged in the conversation, you can easily doze off.
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this ended up being a 9. Let me move these to the 9s here, and we will move on. I think number 5. I get to lead us off this time, so let me put the gift for book, not lot 5. All right, here we go.
Well, Eric,
No shirts, no shoes, no dice. All right, so here is book number 5. It is Shauna the She-Devil, issue number 4. And when I saw this, I was like, really? He did this one? I got to include a Shauna. Once again, it may just be...
I've always called her Shana.
I've always said Shauna.
Huh.
I don't know. How do you guys say it? Is Shauna?
I pronounce it as Quiet Anna.
Shauna.
Okay. Let's see what we're looking at. To me, my pets, this rhino must not reach the nearby crowds at any cost, even my life. And don't look now, leopard lady, but here comes the man called Mandrill. I wonder if he goes off when he's interested. Okay, so look, this is a great action cover. Shauna looks great as always. Goodness gracious. I actually kind of like the Dutch angle of the city here. It's like somebody was
city.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know what? Screw it. It's a 10. I'm just, this is a 10 fest today. Eric, what do you think?
Sure, why not? 10.
All righty. And how about you, RDV?
No one can stop the rhino.
Not that rhino.
I know. It's just, the rhino must not reach the nearby crowds at any cost, even my life. She's trying to. Yeah, it's kind of cool. The Mandrill's so lame.
Hey man, hey, he's a great villain. He is underappreciated.
I'm glad he's up in the corner because you don't have to look at him. You can just look at Shauna. And the rhino's done pretty well. I like that. He's got all his toes. He got the jaguar over there, and he also got a cheetah. Cool. Or is it a leopard? Can't tell. I'm giving it a 10.
All righty.
She's just a girl.
Oh wait, no, Zach. What do you think?
That's how it is.
All right, so this is the first appearance of the Mandrill, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, if any of you heard of the origin of the Mandrill,
I don't know. Was it a man who got too
he
close?
was born in Los Alamos, New Mexico. Due to his parents being affected by radiation, he was born with black skin and tufts of body hair and was rejected and abandoned in the New Mexico desert.
Aww.
And then he grew up inside a zoo.
Oh my goodness!
And
It's
then he
so
gets more
wild.
about girls.
This is a 9 for sure. Man, it's like Jumanji. It's like that scene from Jumanji where the rhinos are stampeding.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
With Robin Williams in a bikini riding a rhino. Yeah.
No, can we replace him? I don't need that image. What is the matter with you? Good night.
Well, I actually saw Mort. I saw Mort dressed like a cheerleader. So that actually was an episode. How about you, Amy? What do you see when you look at this cover?
Let's see. Well, first of all, hi Michael, and Alyssa is doing okay. She's just getting some extra work done on her computer and helping take care of Dad, so I can be here with everybody. Let's see. Shauna the She-Devil. The colors are nice. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired, but it just doesn't really seem super exciting to me, though she's a neat character. But I mean, as you look at it, I don't think you could want a lot more in a comic about a jungle lady in a city who's managing to wrestle down a rhino somehow. So they certainly did a good job with it. Yeah, it's probably a 10.
Okay, you said that very reluctantly.
In the city?
In the city.
Alrighty, let's see. Holy macaroni, says Eric and Boyd. This is a 10. Dark Admiral agrees, but Austin says 8. Alrighty, so we got 2 10s and an 8. Next up, let's see. We used Proper Society. A toga is not single pants in sight until you got to go into the forest. I'm okay. Let's see. I call her Sheena for copyright reasons, says Bad Comics. Michael Taylor says 10. Very cool cover colors and very nice detail. Bad Comics says 10. Comics says 8. And Ethereal says 10. We get an Anthony Bellello 9 as well as a Joe 9 and a Desert Rose Wow Cool 10. So that is 2 8s when we add on One Slick's Good Art, but Jungle Animals in the City. In the city. All right, so we have 2 8s, we have 1 2 9s, and then we have 1 2 3 4 10s. Ha ha ha. All righty, so let me see if I can get that right again. 2 8s, 2 9s, and 4 10s. 1 2 3 and 4. Alrighty, kids, we've got a Shauna Na Desert Rose. We've got a Maranya saying Shauna 4. This is great action scenery. Romita shows skill in his rendering of animals. Excellent Dutch angle. Composition. Score she double 10. That's not the real rhino, says Michael Taylor. Alrighty, Shauna does look great, but I'm not feeling this cover, so I think I'll give it an 8, says Darth Kato. Alrighty, we got Maranya's 10 and Darth Kato's 8. Next up, Romita doing Shen is a good call. Thank you. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Dark Admiral says. His superpower involves throwing his excrement. Yes, that is what they do. Eric and Boyd, going back in time here, says Cool Aid Comic gets a 6. Captain America gets a 7. Alrighty, a 6. 7, and then the Fantastic Four gets a 10, and Henry is saying 5, book 5. It's a good cover. It's a 7, says Henry. Alrighty, and then we have nice. This one, okay, a horny cover. Get it? Ha 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 ha. Says MK. Bad pun. I'll go 10. And then we have what do we got? What do we got? Any more scores? And nope. If I'm not in the Saturdays, I hope to be in there. Well, I hope so too. And welcome. Obviously, I hope you are in this one. We have some good books coming up. Depending on if this new batch comes in early enough, I might have even more. Or the week after, we'll have like 100 new books. Alrighty, so what we got here, let me get the stop. If you have a last minute vote, go right ahead and put it on in there. But for right now, we've got 1 7 and 4 8s, taking out 5 of the 12 10s, 3 9s try to help out, but they fail miserably. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our second 10 of the evening. Alrighty. It will not be the last. I guarantee you there's going to be more 10s tonight. Alrighty, we're going around the second corner here and heading into Sixtown, which that means at the end of this one we're gonna start the poll. Now we already filled up Marvel villains. We're gonna start filling up DC. Already understand that I've got Lex Luthor, Joker, and Darkseid down. I need to know what other villains you would like to see the cover ranking from the DC universe, and we'll start filling up season 11. But for now, go for book 6, Eric.
He's the Brainiac. That's who you should do. Brainiac.
Yes, you rang.
Oh, I called it out. I didn't change the book. Here I am. Okay. There you go. Astonishing Tales. Or I'm sorry. Astonishing issue number 38.
I love this. This is a 10.
Alrighty. And how about you, RDB?
Come to me, my children. So it's Magneto. That's what it looks like.
Kind of.
Did I?
Magneto as a European towns or villageman or village person. He is the Rainmaker. It doesn't look like Dustin Hoffman though. Confused.
Right. That's a
It
good
looks
pull
good.
on the movie there.
It looks good though. He came out of nowhere like an RKO. The most astonishing character you've ever met, the Rainmaker. He's a one-hit wonder. He was gone as fast as he showed up. I like it though. I like it's kind of cool. It looks mysterious. It looks, intrigued. Okay, who's this guy that he's causing it to rain?
Wakanda?
Yeah, yeah, I know, right? Bitch.
I was thinking when I saw this, I was like, wow, this could have been good in our rain covers.
It looks like it's an old early 1900s or Western town. It's hard to tell by the way they drew it. So it kind of looks like you see like the saloon and stuff. They like OK Corral. Yeah, is it a 10?
Alrighty, Zach, what do you think?
Is this a Marvel?
Go ahead.
Atlas? Is this Atlas or Marvel?
It's
This
Atlas.
is Atlas.
The rerun Atlas? Original.
No. The 40s, 50s Atlas. Between Timely and Marvel Comics, they called themselves Atlas for a while.
So does Marvel own the rights to this character then?
Yeah.
They should bring him back.
There you go.
Well, I don't want to be that guy to rain on y'all's parade,
Okay, Pixel.
but they really shouldn't bring this guy back because this is kind of boring looking. I'm going to give this a 2.
I knew
What?
it.
A
I
2?
I knew it.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, look, everybody's got the opinions. I'm not fighting the opinion. I'm just asking. Why is this a 2? Seriously.
It honestly just looks pretty boring. I don't see any action on here. I see rain. Rain to me in Louisiana is nothing to get excited about. So yeah, call it nature versus nurture or just my environment. But no, it's a 2.
Okay, so Amy, what do you think?
Well, I remember hearing about a fellow who was a rainmaker, and he was in about this time. And there was an incident where he had been hired by some people in California, and they were settling up like towns kind of like in the old days. And they hired him he was known to be a rainmaker, and they hired him to do that. And it did rain, but it rained so much it ended up flooding their entire town out and like knocking down a lot of their buildings and stuff. And they said, we'll pay you, but then you have to cover damages. So he's like, okay, just kind of left. So maybe this is supposed to be that kind of inspired from that historical event. So if I had to guess, probably California. But that's, neither here nor there, but just point of interest. I remember hearing something about historical figure kind of like this. Now was this a 50s cover, like about when that Captain America was being drawn?
Yep.
This is interesting because it has similar weaknesses that the Captain America cover did, but you're starting to see like the underpinnings of this man's a genius. Is there's the subtlety in the way the composition's brought together and the way he's using the weight of the character to kind of hold up against the rain, and just the way he's incorporating elements, how he's using the horizon line, the mood, and the overall posing of the characters for the what you might consider the weaknesses that it has. You're kind of like, oh, good Lord, this person can be amazing. So that makes his later proficiencies kind of make sense. So it's a great piece showing kind of the transition of his art. And as an image, it's just such a breathtaking composition. Just the way the elements are brought together, the simplicity of it, and the balance on just the figure. Just the figure standing there. It's such a fascinating drawing. There's no way this isn't a 10 from my perspective.
Alrighty. And I am going to agree with you. And one of the things I have to point out is the rain cloud is following him. I mean, it is sunshiny from where he was to where he's going. I just love that detail. The buildings, I don't know if this was meant to be this way, but it looks like it would be early 1900s. Like it's not Wild West, because that's actually a like built up buildings. It's not like wooden ones and such. So yeah, I would have to say that, but I'm giving this a 10 as well. I just think it's a very striking cover.
Yeah, it looks like there's a power line in the background. So, or maybe
no, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is a 10. So, okay. Let's go to the chat where Dark Admiral's giving this a 10, Austin a 9, and Eric and Boyd is saying we should try the Condiment King. I don't know how many covers he has. 9 from comics as well. So we've got 2 9s and a 10. I'll take a look, and if he does have 12 covers, or if he has some that maybe we could mix up with others. Alrighty, let's see in the 10. We've got MK saying Doomsday. He has a lot of badass covers over time. For this cover, I'll go 9. Joe says 10. Bad Comic Reviews says 9. Michael Taylor says 10. Fantastic cover, colors, and details. So we've got 2 9s and 2 10s. Alrighty, Van two. And then Eric and Boyd is saying an 8. Desert Rose a 9. And Henry, book 6, astonishing Rainmaker abilities. It's cool. It's an 8. Alrighty, so we have 2 8s and a 9. Alrighty, you did a rain tier? Yeah, it was water covers basically. All right, 2 8s and a 9. And then we have, let's see, not really a fan of this one, but it is well drawn. I'll give it a 7, says Darth Cato. Okay, and then we have MARANYA, astonishing 39. This cover is atmospheric and properly eerie. Wonderful details and rendering. Drama, the mystery sells the book. Score a Make It Rain 10. And then we have you chosen Black Adam? I have, let me take a look real quick. The default, the ones that I thought would definitely get mentioned, so I put them on in here already, is Black Adam, Darkseid, Joker, and Lex Luthor. Also, we're going to start off with the Secret Society of Supervillains, much the same way as we're starting with Supervillain Team Up in Marvel. All right, so yeah, if you guys have a character, put it on in there. The 7 clouds seem weird. Well, it's following him. That's I think that's why it looks weird, because he's keeping it over him and not all the way across. Let's see. It's falling on their heads like a memory, falling on their heads like a new emotion. You know, there's just some songs you don't need to put in my head. I appreciate it. Talk to me. This masterful composition looks like it could be a 60s movie poster, says Austin. And then we have One Slick saying 8. All right. And let's see. Danger in the Rain. How about some bad girls like Talia al Ghul, Enchantress, or Tita? All righty. And Bad Comics pointing out it could be a telegraph line. You got yours and I got mine. It's called the nervous system. All righty. So there we go. We have a 10 from Anthony Bolello. Already. Let's see. And Henry, you're putting up a butt ton. You know, one whole show has to be. I'm going to put in another show. It's going to be Bat Villains, I guess. I don't know. Although they do freaking deserve their own day.
Comments down below in the comment section.
Say again.
Suggestions in the comment section. Get some comments going.
Yeah, Fin Fang Foom. By the way, Bad Comics is at the end of Marvel. It's the last. It's one of the last of the Marvels. Let me see. I'm not writing down all of those, Henry, because I do have a show to keep going. But I see. There we go. I've got one down. All right. Let's see. And Gorilla Grodd, who actually started off this whole thing in the Gorilla covers. He's on the Black Manta. All righty. All right, and here we go. Let's get the stop up. And I've got enough suggestions here to do a poll. Sorry I couldn't write all of those down, Henry, but once again, put them in the comments. There we go, and they could be for future polls. All righty, what we got here is 1 2 and 2 7s, 3 8s, taking on 6 of those 9 10s, leaving 3 left. But there are 5/8s, and that's where this one goes. It goes to the 8 column, ladies and gentlemen. Dun, dun, dun. And I think officially that makes this so far the worst cover of the night. Alrighty, but let's move on. That's that.
Don't hate me because I'm right.
No, we're going to go for book 7 in just a little bit, but let me
hate you under those circumstances, Zach.
All right, let me put the poll up, and remember, go on over and vote. But let me put the poll up here. Let's see. We had Brainiac. I think that is obviously should go up on the thing. Like Black Manta because I am an Aquaman fan, and I think he's got some awesome stuff. I just like this guy. And I think it was a good suggestion. And you know what? MK is right. Doomsday has a lot of awesome covers. So here we go. Brainiac, Black Manta, Deadshot, and Doomsday start the poll. Everybody gets a vote. Just go on over and tell us what you want to see. Now, granted, this is a whole season away because we're going to do Marvel villains first. But make sure that your voice is heard on these, and tell us what you want to see when we do the DC villains. Alrighty. And of that particular group, RDV, what do you think you would pick?
Give me the options again.
Brainiac, Black Manta, Deadshot, or Doomsday?
Brainiac. Doomsday. If you want to see Doomsday covers, go.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
yeah, Doomsday is overrated.
Really?
Blasphemy.
Okay.
Doomsday is awesome.
Well, you guys know who I'm voting for because I'm a huge Aquaman fan, so I'm definitely going Black Manta. How about you, Eric? Oh, did we lose him?
No, I'm here.
He wishes.
Oh, okay.
No, I think I think I'll go along with. I'll probably go Black Man also, but
Oh, okay. There's some great freaking Black Manta.
Wait,
We actually already ranked probably his best cover. So,
Actually,
all right, let's go for book 7. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah.
Nice bands.
All righty, and it is RDV's turn, and he has Thor issue number 227.
Dude, I thought he was going against Throg at first.
I think this is also a Henry picked cover.
Side by side with Heracles and the Fire Lord. Oh my goodness. 3 against the Living Planet. Are they on Ego?
I would assume. Yeah. He is the... Wait, no, isn't Ego DC? No, Ego is Marvel. It's the Green Lantern is DC.
Mojo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ego, the Living Planet. So then
this is Ego. Yeah, this is Ego.
So then these are his zits, right? Coming out to go after him. Cool. I'm gonna go 9.
All right.
Why did you have to say something like that? I could have lived without thinking.
Well,
that.
he's a human, or not a human, but he's a living planet. So he obviously it's got to be something coming out of him. Bodily fluids are creating people.
Okay. All righty. Zach, what do you think?
Well, in that case, they're more like boogers.
And here we go.
Snotty.
Yeah, Henry, I just saw you had 183. Why did I get 227 stuck in my head?
This is the cool Thor costume. This is Hercules, Fire Lord. They also don't show Galactus and Sif, who are also in this issue. I give this a 10. This is cool looking, man.
You know why they don't see him in there?
They told them demigods. It's awesome.
Do you know why they're not on the cover? Because they told him to booger off.
Are you proud of that?
I am very proud of that.
You should not be. 10, my good E. Carry on.
All right.
Wait, you have a
And I
goodie?
got Comics and Tortillas. I got your vote on the last book. Still stays a 9, but it does affect the score. All righty. And you said what? I'm sorry, Zach. What'd you say?
Numero dos. Not dos. Diaz. 10.
Diaz.
10.
Ricardo Diaz, 10.
All righty. And how about you, Amy? What do you think about this Thor cover?
It's fine. He really does use perspective in an interesting way to frame all of the action. Kind of an interesting overall composition. I'm not sure why it's stilted. I guess to just make it feel more chaotic. It's an interesting choice to make, but you know what? That is part of what makes it stand out. It's so technically interesting, but I'm just not really vibing with it personally. But I certainly can't fault it for that. I couldn't reasonably give it less than a 9.
Okay. And how about you, Eric?
Well, I am vibing with it. So what do you think of that, Starfire?
I think that is so wonderful.
So I can go one higher and give this a 10.
All right.
What does
And
Beast
I
Boy
got to
think
agree.
about that?
And if I were to point this cover for anything, and this is a really good cover, and I like what Amy said about perspective. It's like the climbing of the mountain to get to Thor here. The one thing I would point it for, but I really don't think it is enough to bring it down, is Firelord and his "I'm here." Don't forget, it even says I'm on the cover. I'm right over here. I'm right over here. Yeah, because it almost seems like he drew the cover and somebody said, "Did you know Firelord was in this?" And he went, "Oh yeah," and he puts him in the corner.
I think it's more like he knew he was in there and he's like, this character sucks. We're gonna throw him in the back.
Nah, I don't like Firelord. Everybody knows that Terrax is the better one. Austin says 9. Bad Comic says 10. Alrighty. And then we have wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, okay. Austin says 9. Bad Comic says 10, and Joe says 9. So we got 2 9s and a 10. Boink, boink, and then let's see. I am being an Dark Admiral hair. No, they didn't. She is too mad. What? I didn't know. I don't know what y'all are talking about there. But Ethereal says 8, and Eric and Boyd says 9. Alrighty, so we got a 9 and an 8. And let's see. He's Brainiac on the floor. We got a 7 from Desert Rose. Everything about this cover is awesome. It's a 10, says Darth Kato. And an 8 from Dark Admiral Hare. So we've got a 7, 8, 10. A 7, an 8, and a 10. Next up, Maranya saying Thor 2227. Wow. Romita makes both the heroes and powerful, even in peril, and the bog monsters incredible threat to them. That is the skill of a master artist. Wonderful rendering and action. Score and ego 227. Marla Gibbs 10.
Breen, I'll allow it. Zach's here.
What's that?
You know what?
And then we have one Slick saying a 9. It would have been a 10 if Thor was spinning his hammer. And Henry says Cap 138, Thor 224. I think that's what I had. Alrighty. I guess I read that 4 wrong. I don't know. I thought I was doing one of yours here. But Anthony says 9 as well. So we got 2 9s. 1 and 2. And next up, 10, fantastic covers, colors, details, says Michael Taylor. MK says 7. Also, what would happen, you think, if Swamp Thing was on Ego? Could Swampy control him since he controls the green? That is an interesting question. I don't think he would control the planet, though, because not everything on the planet is the green.
I was just saying, is it a barren planet? Is there actually plants at all?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got plants and everything, but the plants are Ego. They're not a part of. They are him. Well, I guess they are a part of him, but I don't know. That's an interesting question.
You always got a friend in me.
Comics Tortilla says I'm 9. I'm loving Thor. Look like he's in some real trouble here. Henry, book number 7. You can just see Firelord in the background. It's a very good cover. It's an 8. So we got an 8 and a 9. Alrighty. Next up, kids, we let's see. Give Starfire the mustard, says Ethereal. I don't know what that means, but if you have a line for it, go right on ahead. Matt Fisher is here saying, I can't stand Ultron, but it does look great.
That was
9
started in the original cartoon for Teen Titans. Oh, not the 60s, but the 2000s, where Starfire loves mustard and everything.
Ah, okay. I see. I see.
Mustard is good on almost everything, though. Starfire was right.
It's tangy and refreshing.
Hello to Matt saying 9. I can't stand Ultron, but it does look great. Matt, Ultron's not on this cover.
No, he was lagging behind. But you can count that score for the previous cover. For the team up.
Was that on? It was the Marvel team up. Okay, there we go. Okay, 9 for that one. All right, cool. All right, I got you there. Hello to Matt. An 8 says Matt for this one. Okay, there we go. All right, we're on the same team here. Let's see. It helps to be on live chat. That is true. Yeah. All right, let me get the stop. If you have a last minute vote, go right on ahead. If you're wondering, hey, can I vote these guys? Yeah, yes, of course. Yeah, go right on ahead. What we have for Thor 227 is 2 7s and 4 8s, taking out 6 of the 7 10s, and the 9 9s kicks the last 10's ass. So here we go. This is a 9, ladies and gentlemen. Zoinks. All righty, and we are at an 8. So we are ending the second lap here. I do believe it was Zach that had this one, right? I've got 5. No, it's Zach next. You did this one?
No, RDV did.
No, I did the. Okay, so it's your turn. Your turn.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
so you're going to go for book 8. And usually I save 8 for the weird one.
Yes.
And really Kool-Aid Man should have been number 8. But this time around, I thought I would save it for, in all honesty, this is a cover, I swear to God, that inspired one of the greatest and most famous memes of all time. So, Zach, I give you Secret Hearts, issue number 93.
Oh, good Lord. This should have gone to Breen.
Tell me that doesn't look like the meme, though.
It is.
It does.
It is the meme.
Although the girl is looking back.
Lady,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, no, that is the meme, though.
Salt water in your
Okay.
eyes, Maddie, or something else that she's walking away with her man.
The girl's name is Maddie?
Yeah, the one
Yeah,
that's crying, walking away. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
I've never seen it spelled that way for a girl before.
I've never had my name with a Y at the end.
Matilda.
Oh, okay.
RDV. I don't know if your name is Matthew or but if it's Matilda.
Only when
there
I
you
go
go.
out to nightclubs at night do I put a Y at the end.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Okay, so like I said, I'm judging these based off of what would 10-year-old Zach buy.
Okay.
This would be a -5. But I'll be polite since this is John Romita Jr. I'll be polite and I'll give this 5.
I gotta ask, what could 10-year-old Zach even afford, or his parents allow him to buy?
It's John Romita Sr.
Senior, excuse me, not junior. If it was junior, I'd give it an 8.
Amy, what do you think of this cover?
Huh. Now, is this typical for the work that he did in these romance books?
Oh, I showed off a few of them. I could show you a couple later. There, he does some really good work on these.
Oh, okay. I think probably the nicest thing about this is the little detail that he puts in her swimsuit. That's kind of a cute way of doing like kind of a gradient floral texture, but doing it in sort of a minimum way. So, mad props for the textile designs. That's really cool. People don't always pay a lot of attention to that. So I like that about it. It is a really clear composition. I think it works. I feel like it could use something. It's a lot of open space, but most of these usually have a lot of subtitles and stuff on them. So I guess that's why it's so open up at the top. I guess I could give. I guess I'll give it a 9. Yeah.
Alrighty. A 9. How about you, Eric?
I'm giving this a 15 to make up for Zach's abhorrent lack of taste.
I know.
But the rules won't allow it.
Of course.
So I'll just have to again express my disappointment and ask where I went wrong.
I know.
And give this a 10.
It's not your fault, Eric.
You raise them, but then you don't have any control over them once they leave.
It's not your fault, Eric.
It's the schools.
It's not your fault, Eric. It's the schools.
Because I was homeschooled.
That's funny. That's funny. All righty. So RDV, what do you say?
I say that it's a shame that my paw can't give it a 15, so I'll give it a 10 so we can get up to 20.
Alrighty.
I love this. You got the bratty little girl who basically is like, "Ha, I got your man," but you know what's going to happen at the end. That Bond is getting kicked to the curb, and he's going to go with the nice girl.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
she
give it a
is
10.
definitely Okay.
Or the girl basically murders the other girl in the water and just chokes her out.
Might as well, or the guy does,
Or
and
no one else.
old Maddie is just dodging a bullet.
And she says, "Clint, I love you."
No one else is going to get this, but
I love you.
maybe she plays for Ohio State, and since she doesn't wear a helmet,
Well, yeah, I put this one up because it looked like the meme, and I thought it would be fun. He does, and he has done awesome work in romance books. I mean, this is objectively better in my opinion, but I put this one up because of the meme quality. Yeah, it's just sometimes interesting beats good to me, you know. But I am saying this is a 10.
This Friday, are we getting round 2 of Valentine's Day covers, like young romance and stuff?
You know, I saw it. I think it was one of the new guys. Sorry, new guy. I forgot your name. Hold on. Yeah, Anthony Bolello. He actually mentioned that there are more. John Romita's done better. You can actually, and he's not kidding. You can do John Romita romance covers.
Anthony, if you like romance, if you love people reading romance, go to Kiki Puppet Show. We did 2 hours reading on Sunday. It is awesome.
The problem is, and you guys know I'm a bit gun shy. I am trying to get views. The lowest ranked, and I mean, it didn't even crack 70. It is still hovering around 68 views.
Sir, we are here to have fun, not for you to get paid.
I know, but the young romance we did last year only got 68 views in a year. So I'm nervous.
Well,
I'm hesitant. Maybe if I put up John Romita's face and I said John Romita's romance covers, that would help out. But I am hesitant.
Maybe it's because you're in a shadow band channel, as you always say.
It could be. But you know what?
If you were in shadow band,
I'm not letting it go.
If you were in shadow band, it would that cover rank would have got 10K views.
I'm sure it would have. Matt is saying 5. The guy reminds me of Charles Atlas ads. Alrighty. And then we have, let's see, 10. There's nothing wrong with this cover. It's perfect. And I agree. It really is. For what it is, it really is a perfect cover. 10 for the meme, says Ethereal. And then we have, let's see, damn, you go from Thor to this one? Give it a 4, says Tortilla. Let's see, 8 from book 8. It's a nice cover. It's an 8, says Henry. Alrighty. And then we have 9. The water is done very well, says Michael Taylor. I wish Marvel would have done more with Man-Thing being the guardian of the nexus of reality, says Dark Admiral. So Barbie is teasing Catwoman. I'll say 8, says MK. Next up, we have Desert Rose saying 6 and Eric and Boyd saying 8 only because of the meme association. All righty, we've got a 6 and an 8. Let's see, 7. It's serviceable, says Joe. 8 from One Slick, and Junior would never get an 8, bro. LOL. I wonder in what direction do you mean? 7 and an 8. Do you mean he's not good enough to get an 8, or he's too good to get an 8? Dark Admiral says 8. Anthony saying 10. So many killer JR romance covers. You should do a stream of just Romita romance. This one is a little boring. All right. Oh, I know there's some really good romance covers by him out there. Amy, you're usually not here on Wednesday though, are you?
You said no.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what we're doing, me and Gail, on Valentine's Day. Maranya says Secret Hearts number 10, the origins of the Romita babes. Just enough background to set the scene. Good Girl One Piece versus. That's tomorrow, isn't it? No, it's Thursday. That's Valentine's Day.
Friday.
Fridays. Oh, I just see. Okay, I looked and it said February 12th, but I just noticed it's past midnight. Yeah, we're going slow on this one, guys. Secret Hearts 10, the origins of the Romita babes. Just enough background set the scene. Good Girl One Piece versus Hussy 2-piece. Bathing suit tells you all you need to know. Score a broken heart. 10, says Maranya. And then but I'm enjoying the conversation, by the way, so it doesn't matter. It's well drawn, and I like it, says Darth Kato. Reminds me of the meme. I'll give it an 8. All righty. And I don't think Junior was born when this cover was drawn, says Michael Taylor. Say what you will about these romance books, but Secret Hearts ran for 153 issues. Most Marvel books don't last anywhere near. They don't even last 6 sometimes. 9 from Bad Comic Reviews. Well done, simple, and shows emotion. Next up, I should rethink my positive opinion of homeschool. FYI, many romance stories.
Is still great.
On Geeky Pup Show, we read Kirby and Simon romance comics for 2 hours. Yep. Maybe if someone promotes their videos in the community tab and on X, they might get more views. Just saying. You want to throw up the link, go right on ahead. I love comics. I agree. Valentine's Day is overrated. Well, Gail worked in the restaurant industry for most of our marriage, so we never really celebrated on Valentine's Day. So it never has been anything, you know. All righty, kids. We have 8 10s, but we have, let me get this right, 1 4, 2 5s, 1 6, 1 7. So what is that? 2 4 5. All right, so there's 3 left, and then we've got 5 8. So those 3 are gone. 2 of the 9s are gone. The 10s, the people who gave it 10s, let this one survive, and it is a 9. Don't worry about if you're new. Yeah, I know I score them weird, but I'm actually scoring them, and I swear to gosh, when I get off my lazy ass, I'm going to start doing the score videos for the channel here. Alrighty, I've got 3 of them already made. I just need to post them. And next up, we are going for issue 9, which would be Amy, book 9. So that's Amy. You're going to lead us off on this next one. Let's go from the romance cover to, okay, a female superhero, the cat.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Okay. The
Number 2.
owl. All right. I can fly, cat. How unfortunate that you cannot. Well, I mean, okay. No, cool use of what? Doesn't it look like the guys are shooting at the people across the building for no particular reason?
It really does. Maybe they're the bad guys.
I guess they are the bad guys, but what's in the other building that they need to fire at it?
Innocent civilians.
Jerks.
Yeah, witnesses.
That's just it. That's how big of a jerk this guy is. At least I'm guessing these little green people are related to him, or maybe they have nothing at all to do with each other. What is this chaos? I have there's cars. So really, are the sidewalks that wide in New York? Maybe they are, because they have a lot of people. But that's not important. Yeah, it's fine. I keep thinking I'm gonna find something more interesting, but this is okay. I guess
I'll
it's
score
a 10.
how you feel. It's a 10.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, if you don't feel like, we trust you. Score what you feel it is.
Yeah. I try not to give things too low rating just because I don't really like it.
Oh, okay. But where do you feel this actually deserves? Because it doesn't sound like 10. It sounds like you're doing that to be nice.
Yeah. Well, it is very well done. So I guess I can give it a 9, and I'll just hope something really amazing comes around later that I really like. And I'll save my.
Oh, it will. It will. This is the home stretch here. 9 through 12. We're on the back page. We're heading home here. So you're gonna, when I do these kind of cover rankings, I like to put I like to save the best for last. You're gonna see some awesome covers. Alrighty. So Eric, what do you think?
I wasn't going to go real high with this until I looked at the background.
Mm-hmm.
The background is infinitely better than the two figures in the foreground. And that's enough to make me give this a 10 because I really do appreciate great backgrounds back when they were drawn.
Oh my gosh.
Not just taken from, well, Amy could explain that better than me.
Rendered stuff, rendered trace. A lot of these probably are actually drafted. That's pretty cool.
The one that got me was the Daredevil issue where he's with Spider-Man and it's a gray city background. I always thought because Gray City, that looks like it was a photo, and then of course they put the cartoons on like the Submariner, but no. That is John Romita drawing everything. It almost made it. But it's not the Daredevil I chose. What are you scoring this, Eric?
10.
Alrighty. RDV, what do you have?
Alright, I have a glass of chocolate milk, and I'm sitting here.
Nice.
You guys. No, for this cover, 10. I love it. Eric said everything. The background, everything is detailed. You got the two villains fighting in the sky. There's actually a whole entire cityscape behind them. It's cool. I love it. The trade dress. The Owl's not a really cool villain. He's one of the lamest villains ever, but he is challenging for Patsy Walker. And it's what is this, 1960s?
72. 73, I'm sorry.
It kind of got that 60s lingo. When did What's New Pussycat come out? Was that 70?
That was 65.
Yeah, because that's what it reminds you of. That kind of slang they'd use. So this is a 10. I like this. This is great. Because everybody's watching too in the windows. They're watching the fight.
Alrighty. How about you, Zach?
Well, Breen will be shocked. I agree with him. The background is far superior than the two characters in the foreground. The detail is great. Not enough for a 10. I will give it an 8, though. It is very, very good.
Alrighty, but I disagree. I think the characters in the foreground are drawn pretty damn well. And I do like the background. This is a 10. And I hope that isn't cops that are shooting at the innocent bystanders, but what you gonna do? All right, let's go to the chat here. We have Valentine's Day is not a holiday for me, says Michael Taylor. It is what it is. Dark Admiral says 10. Bad Comic Reviews says 10. So that's 2 10s already. And Austin is, what is this? As someone who's barely ever had a Valentine's to give, I find it obnoxious every year whenever a bunch of single guys and gals complain about it. Let the couple celebrate. Let's not be party poopers. Yeah, I just never have, because Gail, like I said, Gail worked the restaurants. So she was always working, dealing with other couples. Michael said when we first got together, because she worked at Red Lobster, they let her take them, like if there was an order that didn't go out, or they would let her bring something home, or she would be able to bring home breadsticks and Alfredo sauce from Red Lobster. And then it became those cheddar biscuits in the Alfredo. Holy Toledo. That's some good stuff. Let's see. We have 10 from Michael Taylor. Fantastic cover and colors and details. Erica Boyd saying 10. Lots of action and very well drawn, says Darth Cato. It's a 10. Tigra, before her transformation, says Ethereal. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3 10s on this one. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. Ethereal says 8. All righty. And then we have Maranya with the cat. Grant Nelson looks powerful, even in peril versus the owl. Wonderful rendering of characters and background. Score an owl and the pussycat 10. And next up, 9 from One Slick. Let's see. New York City sucks, says Ethereal Dragon. That was my assessment when I went when I was 15. 8, cool, but owl looks too big. Weird proportions, says Joe. Alrighty. Let's see. Owl looking like a chubby Wolverine, says Comic Tortillas, giving it an 8. Oddly enough, I'm thinking there's a nice, cheap Mexican place. Thank you, Tortillas, for getting me into. I really want like a chorizo chicken with those warm tortillas they bring in. Yeah. Just by reading the name too often. I think it's a very good cover, says Henry. It's an 8. Alrighty. Let's see. We have 8 from Desert Rose, and Austin is saying 8. It's great posing. The only thing that lets it down is that the building is over-rendered, distracting a little bit from the main characters. And then Matt Fisher is saying it's an 8. Actually, that is actually one of the best owl renditions I've ever seen. Only real downside is that Patsy's hair is the wrong color unless she had dark hair at this time. Alrighty, so we got... That's not Patsy. 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. Oh, go ahead.
Nothing. Patsy took over for Greer Nelson when she was dying, and the cat people saved her life by making her one of them. And then she abandoned the costume because she didn't need it anymore. And Patsy Walker found it while the Avengers were on fighting the Squadron Supreme on the other Earth.
Well, there you go.
But she found
nice touch adding people inside the windows. The day after Valentine's Day is fun when the candy is half price. That is true. Let me see. Any more numbers? Sorry, I got to pass by some of these guys. Anthony is saying 8. Alrighty.
The costume has superpowers?
It does.
Oh, is it like a super suit like Venom, or is it like more like
not as powerful? It just enhances the natural abilities of the person wearing it.
All right, we're going to give the stop here. And remember, if you have a last-minute vote, put it on in there. We will use it. Right now, we've got 9 8s versus 10 10s, leaving 1 left, 2 9s. So 1. The 2 9s take out 1 of the 10s, leaving 1 9 left. And that is where this one goes. All righty, kids. And Astonishing still stays by itself at 8 so far. And here we go. It is go for book 10, which means I'm up again. I forgot what I put at 10. What do we have here? Okay. Daredevil, number 99. There were a couple of Daredevils I could pick from and a couple of really good ones. I just thought, I don't know. I love the action on this one. Hawkeye taking out Daredevil with that by tying him up with that trick arrow. Black Widow looks good. I think this is just a well blocked cover. I like the action in it. I like the perspective in it. The city in the background. Yeah, no, they could have done a little bit. Well, I'm going to give this a 9 because now I'm thinking with the detail they put in the last one with the orange and everything, I get it because you want the foreground characters to stick out. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 9. All right. What do you think, Eric?
I've just always loved this cover. I've got to go 10 on this. I don't think the background is as important as, because I'm familiar with the story setting here. And it's probably, I don't think it's as necessary as the prior one.
All righty. And how about you, RDB?
Do you even need to ask? It's a 10.
All right.
And if Zach says it's not a 10, he's got issues.
All right.
I've got so many issues. I'm trying to get rid of some.
Send them on over here.
And find some
I'll
taste.
give you whatever split you want. Zach, what do you give this?
I like, and Eric kind of touched on this. I actually like the orange smoke because if it wasn't there and the background was as detailed as the past cover was, it would be too much. So I like.
You think it'd be overcrowded?
Exactly. And
Yeah,
Clark.
you know what? You're right. You're right. I'm gonna change the grade there.
So
Okay,
because of the big brain that Mr. Romita Sr. used, I'm going to give this a 9. It's awesome.
All right. Okay. Cool. And let's see, Amy.
Oh, yeah. It's fine. Yeah, I can go. I can probably give this a 9.
All right.
Yeah.
I like. I don't know what's gonna happen every time you go. Oh, yeah. That's like a death knell almost. You know it ain't getting a 10 if Amy starts going. Oh, yeah. Austin says 9. Comic Tortilla says it's his first 10 of the night. So we got a 9 and a 10. All righty. Next up, Hawkeye trying to get Widow back is his special lady friend. Bad Comic Reviews gives it a 9. Alrighty. Then we've got, did you hear George Snuffleupagus maybe getting fired? Also, I'll go 8 here. No, I did not. Joe says 8. Dark Admiral says 10. Anthony Bolello says 8. So 2 8s and a 10. Next up, we've got a 9. Orange and yellow ink looks a little bit out of place, says one Slick. Alrighty, and he's giving that a 9. And then we have MARANYA, Daredevil 99. Excellent action cover despite the limited space. Just enough excellent detail in the background to set the scene. Score a love triangle 10. And then Matt Fisher says 9.99. I guess I'll round up. 8 from Ethereal. And book 10, Back to the Spinner Racks. It was a very good cover. Give it an 8. All righty. Let's see, Matt, we only do whole numbers. Yeah, he knows that. I think he was just busting nuts. All righty. Michael Taylor says 10, very cool action cover. Colors, a very nice detail. I'm liking these covers a lot, says Michael Taylor. All righty. 10, of course, from Matt. I already gave it. He's got issues, 99th issue, and a Daredevil ain't one. Sup, old guys? What's up? Bats, how you doing? Feel free to vote there. Honestly, I'm finding this one kind of meh. I'll give it a 5, says Darth Kato. Alrighty, and let's see. I like how Daredevil's feet is in the trade dress. Eric and Boyd says 9, and Desert Rose says 9 as well. Bando. All right, looks like Hawkeye is firing Daredevil like an arrow. That's true. It looks like he's actually, yeah. All righty, let me get the stop. If you have a last minute vote, put that on in there, and we will use it.
Daredevil arrow didn't go very far, but probably if you put a person in a bow and tried to shoot them, they wouldn't go very far.
You would think.
So did Daredevil just not see that ledge?
The one he can't reach?
Dear Lord.
Yeah.
No, he can't see it. All righty. 1 5 and 5 8s are taking out 6 of the 10 10s, and we've got 7 9s. That's where this
what's up, Bats?
is.
We got a 7 for Bats.
You did that joke, by the way. Oh, I forgot. I picked out 15, not 12.
We got a 7, sir.
We got a 7 from Bats already. That will affect the score, but not the ranking here. All right, so let's move ahead here. I forgot I picked out 15. I hope y'all don't mind. I picked out 15. There you go. All right, so right now we are going to Eric. All right, let me get the go for book 11. Go for book 11. Or 101 because my finger hit that twice. Here we go. I give you Jungle Action, issue number 5.
Ooh.
I know, right? I looked at that one. Yeah, I could see it. All right.
I think I'm gonna go 8 on this.
What? Okay.
Yeah, the Black Panther looks great, and the people look great. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I want a little more background other than just like an orange sky.
Okay, yeah, just something that's not doing it for you. RDV, what do you think?
It's like the Chappelle show where he dresses up and he's got the hood on and everything. And then they realize that he's actually black. Why is that guy wearing a white ape costume over himself?
Because he's the man ape,
And you'll
just like in
never
the movie.
see him again. No, the movie he was not called Man Ape because people would have had a cow.
Hey, he's in the movie. The character Man Ape is in the movie. They just didn't call him that.
His alter ego M'Baku is in the movie, but man,
Yes.
The villain costume is lame, so I can't go up to a 10.
what?
But I'll drop it down to a 7 because I do like the Black Panthers, motion lines, everything like that. I like the trees being knocked over. Yeah, so 7. It looks like a guy. It looks like he went over to someone's house, took their white bearskin rug, and put it over your body.
This was superhero costumes in the 70s.
He's a villain.
Villains too. Super people.
All right, so we got a 7 from RDV.
This guy also hates Hawkeye's classic. He loves the classic comics, but hates the costumes of the classics.
Hawkeye's the classic Hawkeye. I would have to say his George Perez Avengers was the best Hawkeye. Zach, what do you think about this cover?
This is a 10, and RDV doesn't know what he's talking about. This is a 10. This is fantastic action shots. I like even the sky. Actually, as I'm looking at it, it almost looks like the color patterns. I don't know. It reminds me of the Jamaican flag. I don't know if that's intentional or not. But it's a cool action shot. He's punching a tree. There's people in the back with guns that have silencers. I don't know why you need silencers.
Those are blow darts, I think.
Oh, I guess it could be blow dart.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a
okay.
10, though.
Yeah. Blah, 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 Zach. We know what this is. You're running for office. You think the whole Power Man thing is going to ruin you, so you're overcompensating. All righty. Amy, what do you say?
At all. I think it's cool to see a guy in a cat suit fight a guy in a gorilla suit.
Wait, is that Danny
There
Rand?
you go.
I thought the wrestling fan that RDD was would appreciate that.
Amy, what do you think?
I've seen a guy in a
Let Amy
gorilla
go.
costume. It's called Train Spaces.
It is. His covers are so consistently good with their layout, the way he arranges figures and just kind of the pacing for actions. His ability, he will pretty consistently have a large figure in the foreground and still have a nice circular composition that has the eye travel around the page and still manage to direct the attention where it needs to be, even though, like you're pointing out earlier, it's not the largest element. He is brilliant at that, and so consistently so that, honestly, I hate to say that I'm starting to just go like, that's par for the course for him, because it's an amazing ability and a tribute to his skill that he can do that and so consistently. But if I take away his overall just mastery of layouts, this is just, it's a little tedious to me. The foreground is blue. It's 2 colors, and then the green doesn't make a lot of sense. And it doesn't work for me as a minimalist palette, and I don't find a lot of warmth or appeal in the character designs, and it lacks a lot of, I guess there's not really an emotional anchor in the piece for me at all. And that's pretty consistent with a lot of, action poses that don't have a lot else going on. But what makes this a great cover is the same thing that's made everything else a great cover. And I guess I would just like to see something a bit more or a bit different. But of course it's drawn well. I mean, you can't argue that. The man's fantastic. I guess an 8. I guess an 8, because it's still very well done. It just doesn't, when you compare it with everything else, it doesn't stand out in some really spectacular way to me. But it is very well done.
All right. I give it a 10.
Nice.
All right. Let's move this on to the chat where One Slick says 10. So does Matt Fisher. Good Lord, that is a great looking Black Panther. Let's see. We have Now We're Talking, says Darth Cato. This is a 10. Dark Admiral agrees. And Comic Tortilla stops the 10 train by saying 9. Black Panther is all I see on this cover. All righty. So we've got 3 10s and a 9. There we go. 1, 2, 3 with a 9. And then we have 7 from Bats. The colorist could have made it pop more. All righty. And that's 8, 7. Next up, we have a 9 from Bad Comic Reviews. And 10, yeah, man, Ape. Don't think about it too hard, says Joe. Alrighty. I just think it's kind of fun. Some of these old characters that now people are like, ooh. Everything about this cover screams Romita action. Panther literally busting out of the cover, leaping into the action. Great background score, Panther 10. And then we have 9 from Desert Rose and a 10 from Austin as well. 9 and 10. We have a 9 from Michael Taylor. Very cool cover colors, great colors on the sky. Can't give everything a 10. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Next up, book 11. It's a very good cover. It's an 8, says Henry. And then we have, let's see, LMAO, man ape in Africa equals racist. What Zach is saying, haha, I'll say 9 here. And then we have, let's see, looks like a villain costume designed by the Klan. I think Zach is trying to save face. This is a perfect cover, and I don't believe Zach really thinks it's good because it's perfect. The bad guy in the background have silencers because in the jungle, the mighty jungle, lion sleeps. Herman Herbert's had Henry the Ape, I am. Nobody's going to go kinks. I'm an ape man. I'm an ape man. Well, I'm an ape man. Ethereal says 8. He looks like the Blue Panther. All righty. Well, Superman's hair was so black it was blue forever and a day. Let's see. Zach is in office. He's our vice president. All righty.
Hey!
Anthony Bolello says 7. Amy is far too sophisticated for this show. Bats. Truer words were never spoken. That is absolutely right. Every time she goes on, every time she talks like that about art, I just remember the Wayne going off on a movie and then Garth going, I just think it's cool. Because it really does sound like that. I love comics. It was 4 10s at the start, not 3. Okay, thank you very much. And righty, good night to Eric and Boyd. Sorry you couldn't stay for the last 4 covers.
We really do appreciate having Amy here on the channel, though. She gives the insight that us boys are
absolutely
to figure out.
Yeah, I mean it's really I love having Amy here. All right, we got to stop. If you have a late vote, go right on ahead. But what we have now is 3 7s and 3 6s, taking out 6 of those 9 10s and 6 9s, taking out the rest. 3 9s are left, and we move this to the 9 column. All right, and that was book 11. So that was Eric, which means RDV gets the one of the, like, if I were to absolutely pick my top 10 covers of all time, this would probably be one of them. Go for book 11. No kidding. I love this one for all the Spider-Men that we could have had. I was like, nah, sorry, Henry, because he did recommend a lot of Spider-Man, and they were all good. But this is one of my top 10 covers of all time. And it is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 39.
So you went with your favorite, said, screw you, Henry.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes, I did. I absolutely did that. No way was I not going to put this cover
great
on.
Covers, but it's my channel.
That's basically what I said. Yeah, I mean, I am not backing down on that. Are you kidding me?
This is a 10, and probably the last time Zach read with us. I like this. Simple yet effective background. You're focusing on what's there. Spider-Man unmasked for first time, still halfway in his civilian clothes, being carried by the Green Goblin, who basically just learned his secret. How does he get out of this? You know, we also get to see who the Green Goblin is under his mask in this issue. So that's cool. This is a 10.
All righty. How about you, Zach?
Well, first of all, I'm very disappointed we did not get Fantastic Four 104, which is the one I was looking for. But that being said, this is not going to be a 10 for me. I would maybe give it...
Kick him!
I think it's time for you to leave, Zach.
I maybe give this a 6 or a 7.
You are fucking with
Wow.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to lie?
You fake
No.
geek.
Every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you, Zach.
Okay. So here we go. Allow me to explain. First of
Please
all,
explain.
my very first Green Goblin that I ever saw was the movie version, which actually looks much cooler than this goofy one.
Does not.
Nope.
If you're a 10-year-old Zach, it is. And also, after all the great backgrounds of the city that we've seen John Romita do, he just gives us this big, empty blue sky with a few buildings at the bottom. That's kind of lazy,
10-year-old
John.
Zach rode the short bus.
I'm sorry, John. I didn't have to ride a bus. Like I said, I was
The
homeschooled.
minivan.
Also, what's up with Peter Parker's socks? Like, why is he wearing the socks over his Spider-Man bootsies? Like, is he crazy?
No. So I'm telling you right now, he was walking home to Aunt May. The Goblin came home and kidnapped him, attacked him while he had because he always wears his costume under his clothes.
I understand.
So were you going 5 or are you going 6?
I'm gonna go 6. I was at 7. I talked myself down to a 6.
Okay. Amy, what do you think?
Okay, so when was this comic drawn?
1970 something.
66.
Was it 66?
Okay. So this would have been done between like maybe the Hawkeye book and like the Captain America book? Or was the Hawkeye book earlier too?
The Hawkeye book would have been later.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I'm just trying to place it in a timeline of how his art's developing because it is if it's between those two, it's an interesting piece of progression. He has this really open environment with a lot of negative space around it. And it's kind of strange, but it's also kind of cool. He's not trying to like there would be a temptation to kind of like zoom in and kind of fill it in, but risk cropping the image. He's just leaving a lot of space there rather than drafting to the edge and having the figures fall kind of flat, which is an interesting choice to make. And I think it's kind of consistent with the way that his style's developed. The environments are well rendered from that angle, the background there. And it's kind of simple lines, but the depths of gray tones to kind of, it's sort of telling you where the light's placed, which is interesting. So that's cool, the way they're using those colors. I do like the figures seem to be pretty well balanced, and all the elements are kind of coming together to tell you where you are and kind of, because you do have the impression that these are characters that are suspended up in air. And that's kind of interesting. You can make a lot of like dynamic jumping shots on characters, and it just looks like kind of energy going up. But this looks like it's trying to weigh down, but is kind of resistant against it. And all those elements are just kind of coming together in sort of an interesting and simplistic way. The palette is fine, and I think they do a good job.
So what do you score it? I gotta rein it in just a little bit. What do you score it?
So there's a lot of conflicting stuff in here. I think I could give this a 10. It's an interesting piece in the artist's progression, I think. So I really do appreciate that about it.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at this comment.
Kick him in his terrible self. All righty. Eric, what do you think?
It's a real shame that all the bleeding heart liberals got corporal punishment outlawed because no one needs to quit thrashing more than 10-year-old Zach.
Yeah.
He sung Iron Goblin, as Maranya said.
I liked Iron Goblin. Iron Goblin made sense. This guy is a little leprechaun. Or at least his appearance is. I know the character is much more.
Zach doesn't know what a goblin is, apparently.
You're right. He's a little leprechaun, hence the green socks.
By the way, the better suit was the one that looked like this that they didn't use. If you ever seen the outtakes,
yes, with the robot face.
Eric, what do you grade this?
10.
The 10 already.
Bottom of his pants.
Okay, kids, let's go. Austin says 10. So does Michael Taylor. And Bag Comic Reviews and Comics and Tortillas says 8, 9, and 8. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 10s. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next up, Joe says 10. Dark Admiral 10 all day and twice on Saturday. And Darth Kato says 8. One Slick says 9. So we've got 2 8s. Wait, did I count tortillas already? We have an 8, a 9, and 2 10s. Yes, I did. An 8, a 9, and 2 10s. Okadokis, Artatokis. Let's see. Isn't this book 12? Yes, it is. Did I put 11? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm writing all the scores in the 12
you're
slot.
both wrong. It's issue 39.
Your friend Bat says 100 out of 10. All righty. And then we've got Ethereal Dragon with an 8. Next up, ASM 39. How to Goblin get Spidey in this predicament? This mystery is deceptively simple. Rendered cover sells the book. Score an unmasked 10. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things. I mean, you said negative space, but it's all being used. Yeah, I think it's because you don't need anything but those 2 characters, and I guess a little bit of the buildings just to say that's what they're flying over. And
some derpy backs over there would be perfect.
Some
derpy backs over there, and some of that negative space would be perfect.
Derpy bats make everything better. All right, so I know we could go high. We can't go higher than a 10. So a 10, says Matt Fisher. This is the very first Spider-Man cover I ever saw as a kid. That you Wizard Magazine. I give this a 50 if I could. So Matt Fisher is a 10 as well. Alrighty, and then we have Desert Rose with a 9. And 10, similar composition style to romance covers. Simple but awesome, says Anthony Bolello. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see. Kick Zach, kick him, and his 10-year-old self. Allow me to explain. I'm a communist and hate Spider-Man and America. That's all he heard when Zach spoke. Alrighty, One Slick has to bow out. We are running late on this one. I apologize, guys, but there you go. Book 12, Stanley, John Romita first draw Spidey and Daredevil 16 to see if he could replace Ditko on Spidey. Romita's first issue drawing Spider-Man is 10. All right, let's go. Oh, nope, we're not going for anything. We're stopping. And let's see what we got. We have, let's see, we would have been done at 12, but I figured 3 more wouldn't hurt. 5, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 15 10s, and we've got 1 7. We've got 3 8s and 2 5s trying hard to take them down and failing, ladies and gentlemen. We have another 10. I knew it wouldn't be the last of the 10s. I knew we would end up with at least 1 more, maybe 2, but we're about to find out. Did I get MK? I did not. I don't remember reading his comment. What was the looks like Green Goblin is going to fart on him. Give him a 7. Okay, I'm glad I went back for that. All right, let's go for book 13, and that would mean Zach.
Oh, this isn't the last book? Oh, okay.
No. I actually went to 15. I guess I couldn't break it down to 12. So here we have Captain America number 144.
All right. This isn't the green costume Falcon. That's already a plus. Man. Somebody saw Brave New World and thought that they should get rid of this partnership while they could. I actually like this. This is a pretty cool picture. Captain Falcon split up. Introducing Sun Force. Cool. Hydra villains. Cool. Okay. Red Wing, automatic point. I'm gonna give this a 9. I think this is awesome. I would buy this.
Okay. And how do you feel, Amy?
Oh, it's fine. It's a nice Captain America, and it's a picture that's torn in half. That's, I guess, a pretty easy symbolism. The font's all right. It's
Is 7 still good?
Yes.
7 is good.
Okay, then okay, I'll give it a 7. It's still good.
All righty. And Eric, what do you think?
Zach, check
Yeah.
sports ball. I sent something
Oh,
that
I'm
pertains
worried.
to you.
I'm worried.
I will give this a 10.
She's not, by the way. I've
That's
always
funny as
said she's
fuck,
the
by the
best Catwoman.
Oh, that's right. You're the opposite.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's Michelle
I'm
Pfeiffer.
vindicated.
She doesn't like it. RDV, what do you think of the cover here?
All I see is 2 Captain Americas.
Alrighty then.
What are you talking about? There's only one Captain America. It's Sam Wilson, bigot.
I know, right? Come on. Racist.
Cap and the Falcon split up. And the Falcon steals his clothes and leaves him naked and dead in the closet. This is a 10. It's all new, all different.
He's got a bird.
Red Wing,
yeah.
the best bird in comics.
Red Wing that looks brown.
Is he?
Alrighty. Oh, going ahead, Amy. What'd you say?
Is the bird like his sidekick? Does he fly around
Yes.
and like?
Yes.
He actually
Yeah.
has telepathic communication with it. He can see through his bird's eyes.
The reason I call him Red Wing is when he gets the blood of his victims on him, he becomes red.
What the mess?
Just kidding.
Alrighty, I gave it a 10 as well. Austin says 9. Bad Comic Reviews says 9. And your friend Bat says 4. 1, 2, and we got a 4. Everybody has a pooper. All right, Dark Admiral says 8. So does Joe, and Ethereal says 7. 2 8s and a 7. And Maranya says Captain America 144. Wow, dramatic symbolic cover with a split tear in the art. Both look heroic. This is a Romita awesomeness. It scores a Red Wing 10. Alrighty, Michael Taylor 10. Fantastic covers, color, and details. For our most patriotic hero, get Bats, chat, get him. Nice try.
Right, get him, Chad.
Yeah.
You're so eager to jump on me.
Yeah. All right. So Matt says 7. So does Darth Cato. And Desert Rose says 8. So 2 7s and 3 7s because Henry is saying it's a good cover. It's a 7. So 3 7s and an 8. 1, 2, and 3 and an 8. All righty. Let's see. Red Wing is better as a drone. Yeah, but this was long
Boo
before
this man.
drones.
Boo that
Comics and
man.
Tortillas says 8, and Anthony Bilello says 8 as well. All righty. Let's see. We got that. And let me get the stop here. And if you do have a last minute vote, please share it. We will use it. But for now, we've got 5 7s taking out all 5 10s, 5 8s taking out those 3 9s, and we have an 8 cover, ladies and gentlemen. Already
Nobody
to
likes
join.
AI controlled Red Wing.
Okay. And there we go. All righty. I know this is not your style usually, Amy, but we're going to go for book number 14. All righty. Like I said, not usually your style, but I don't think it's too gross because it is Marvel. We've got a Journey into Mystery, and this is issue number 16.
I'll give this a hard pass.
Okay. Eric, what do you think?
And that must be Amy on the cover. Let's see. I'm gonna go 10. I like this.
All righty. RDV, what do you say?
Wow, the kids grew up. Oh, wait, wrong company.
Wrong comic.
Yes.
I told you they survived.
You know what that is? That's me and Amy walking through there, and then here comes Zach. He's like, "The Green Goblin cover sucked," and we're like, "Go away."
You're older than me. If anything, you're the mummy.
Yeah, but with your hot takes, you might not live as long.
What do you score this, RDV?
I scored a 10.
All righty. And how about you, Zach?
I love mummies. It's also great to see Carmen Sandiego and Curious George's dad teaming up. You don't get to see that too often. I'm going to give this a 9.
Alrighty. It looks like Mr. Rourke a little bit to me. I'm giving it a 10. Let's go to the chat. And let's see. 8 from Ethereal, 10 from Dark Admiral, and 8 from Austin, a 7 from Comics Tortilla. So we got a 7, 2 8s, and a 10, 2 10s, 3 10s because of Bad Comics Reviews. And your friend Bats. Darth Kata says, I love classic horror covers. So this is a 10. So that's 4 10s. So a 7, 8, 7, 2 8s, 4 10s. All righty. A 7, 2 8s, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 10s. All righty, Austin. Never mind. Revise it to a 10 the more I look at it. All righty. And then Maranya says, Journey to Mystery 16, excellent rendering for the genre. Everything falls into place, including the mystery of what's going on. This sells the book. Score a mystery 10. Okie-dokies. And let's see, we have a 9 from Matt Fisher. And then an 8 from Joe. I'm pretty sure that's Breen, says your friend Bats. Desert Rose says 10. MK says 10. A walking skeleton is awesome. And Henry says, I like the skeleton. It's an 8. All right, 2 10s and an 8. 1, 2, and an 8. All righty, next up, 10. Fantastic cover, colors, details. I'm not looking forward to the final ranking. It's going to be very there's a lot of great covers here. All righty, let's see. This was before Carmen Sandiego hooked up with Where's Waldo. I have to have it. It's a birthday cover, my birthday. All righty. Did you get Anthony's score? Did I skip Anthony? I thought I got it. Oh, no, I didn't because I didn't see the Silver King. Awesome. A 10 all day. All righty.
Happy birthday.
Say again?
I was just saying happy birthday for him.
Oh, happy birthday to Anthony. Mm-hmm. All righty. Our RDV will sing it like Marilyn Monroe for you in just a little bit. So we have 1, 7, and 3. Oh, I need to get the stop. Sorry. Stop. But if you have a last minute vote, just put it on in there. We have 1 7, 3 8s, and 2 9s trying to take out 13 10s. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another 10, and I have a feeling the next one could possibly be a 10 as well. I'll give this one to Amy instead. All righty, because this one is just a bunch of superheroes here. Last cover of the night. All right, we have a go for what is it? Book 15. Last cover of the night, ladies and gentlemen. And Amy, this is actually a trade paperback that was released a long time ago. This is a Henry choice. It's called Bring On the Bad Guys.
What in the world? Okay, so this was a collection of individual issues.
Yeah, it showed the first appearances of the of all the villains present here.
Interesting. Well, there are a bunch of neat little paintings. Yeah, it's fine. I like the brushwork. Yeah, you could give this a 10.
All righty. Eric, do you agree with Amy that you could give this a 10?
I not only could, I will.
All righty. RDV, are we on the 10 train?
With that awesome John Romita Green Goblin costume? Hell yeah. The 10.
I think that really should be the only Green Goblin costume. I mean,
honestly,
that's what I'm thinking.
It makes sense because he's called a goblin, not an Iron Man.
Exactly. Zach, what do you think?
Well, I was on the 10 train, but I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm not very welcome on it, so I might just
absolutely welcome to come to the light side.
Excuse me, sir. You don't have to excuse your horrible takes, okay? Just tell them.
No.
This is a 9. It is awesome.
I knew it.
Alrighty. And I give this a 10. I love the painting. Every character on it looks well drawn. It's just perfect. The title Like I mentioned earlier about one cover. There is not wasted space. Bring on the bad guys by Stan Lee. There's no empty space, no wasted space. Everybody fits. The only thing, if you wanted to point anything, would be the Abomination in the background not looming over the Red Skull and the Green Goblin. But other than that, perfect. Perfect the way it is. I give it a 10. Let's move to the chat, see what they got to say. Austin's giving this a 10. So is Bad Comic Reviews, Joe. And then we have your friend Bats giving it a 10. Ethereal's an 8 and Desert Rose is a 9. So we have an 8, 9, 4 10s. An 8, a 9, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 10s. Next up, I've got to go. Have a good night, says Matt Fisher. You take care, sir. Be safe. Dark Admiral says 10. I want this. And then Henry says, book 15. I always love this painted cover. It should be a poster on my wall. It's a 10 all day. That's actually why I kept it for last. I just think this one is flat out amazing. Let's see. I just think they're neat. Marge Simpson. 10. Fantastic covered colors and details, says Michael Taylor. Alrighty, we got 3 10s. Then 1, 2, and 3. Let's see. April issue 16. Collect random birthday covers. All right. This is excellent. I'm giving it a 10, says Darth Kato. Alrighty. Bring on the bad guys. Wonderful painted cover by Romita. These are iconic looks of the villains. This is most definitely a ring-a-ding. Romita 10. Alrighty. Good night to Matt, says Desert Rose. And Michael Taylor says, yeah, I expected a little more Spider-Man. I didn't want to do all of one. And yes, you could do all Spider-Man. I wanted to show his range, basically. But yeah, you could do an entire show of just Romita Spider-Man. If it was Spider-Man covers, it would be all 10s, and it would be as interesting, says Austin. 9, because he says, bring on the bad guys. They are the bad guys. If he said bring on the good guys, it would have been perfect. Give it a 9.
Oh, yeah, it'd be Kool-Aid Man.
I'm not just Hair Club president. I'm a member. Give it a 10, says Anthony. All righty. So we got a 9 and we've got a 10. All righty. A 10 and a 9. Iconic characters by artists for DC. It would be Garcia Lopez for all their characters. For Marvel, a tie between Perez and Romita Sr. for their character. You know, that's not a bad idea for the next artist is Garcia Lopez. All right, let's get the stop. Last cover of the night, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, if you have a last-minute vote, put it on in there. But for now, we've got 1, 8, 3 9s, and 14 10s. Dude, I think this deserved it too. All righty, gang. Here we go with 2 8s. We've got 7 9s, and now we have 6 10s. All right, this is the positioning, but we're about to find out what... This is the ranking. We're going to find out position here and what book we are going to send to the bracket fights. This is the last book of the season. So let's say go for 8s. All I need is your favorite because there's only 2 books and I need to get rid of this one. All righty. Let's see. Okay. I guess it's not allowed. My bad. Wait, what is not allowed? What were we doing? I didn't say it. Iconic characters, agree. What'd you say? Oh, he might have typed something and didn't come in. What isn't allowed? And maybe I can help you. I put a.
Oh, he wanted to share up his channel. You can guys just look up his channel. It's basically comics and tortillas.
Hold on, just a second. Let's see. YouTube.
Ronnie, you can share out his link.
Yeah, please. Grab Comic and Tortilla. She should be able to share it. All right. He skipped like 10.
Oh, I was gonna say he's got. If you check out his channel, he does some nice reviews of some good treasuries.
Okay. Oh, Comic and Tortillas. If I skipped you in one of these shows, it just means you're part of the family. I have skipped everybody at some point in time, even myself. So there you go. All right. Let's get a go for 8. And all I need is your favorite of the 2. Let's start with you, Eric. We have of the 8s.
Astonishing.
All righty. And how about you, RDB?
Rain Man. Definitely.
All right, we
Rain
got
Man.
definitely the Rain Man. Yeah, definitely Rain Man. Zach, which one is your favorite, Captain America or Astonishing?
The Patriot, Captain America.
All righty. And Amy?
Oh, I think that Rainmaker is my favorite comic of the night.
Okay. I agree. That is the best of the 8s. Let's go to the chat. And let's see. 8's best is the first one, says Maranya. Both great since I have to rank one. The Captain America, says Michael Taylor. Second is best, says Darth Cato. Let's see. Henry says the 8's Astonishing is the best. And then we have Dark Admiral with number 1. Desert Rose with number 2. And Captain America is the best from Ethereal. And Captain America is the best from Comics Tortino's. Yes. Comics and Totino's Pizza. Yes. Change mine to Astonishing. Both are great, says Michael Taylor. And Cap is best, says Bad Comic Reviews. And there are a bunch of votes above the line. Let me check and get the MK says Rain Man is best. All righty. And let's see. Dark Admiral says 1. Joe says 1. All righty. Let's see. There we go. Dark Admiral said the Rain Man. And I was close for a while. But Rain Man pulled away 6-11. All right, so let's. It's where it needs to be. All right, we're gonna move up, and you can describe them any way you want. The easiest way, of course, is 1 through 7. That's how I'm gonna write them down. Let me put down the Go for 9s. Go for 9 into the chat. All right. Now I'm gonna need to know your favorite of the 9s and your least favorite. Alrighty, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Eric, what do you say?
My favorite is the number 3, the Thor.
Okay.
And my least favorite, Kool-Aid Man.
Alrighty. Hey, I put up there for the fun of showing off that he did the Kool-Aid Man cover. RDV. Say again?
I really do have to get going. I got to get up early tomorrow, and so my vote for number 10 is Spider-Man 39.
There you go.
Okay, what's your least?
I can't see him, so I don't know.
Okay, hold on. I'll do this really quick for you. Of the least here.
Captain America.
All right, I'll mark it down.
The immortal words of
Thank you. You have a good day, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Eric.
See ya.
Sleep well.
Alrighty. And let's see. We got the 8s. Did I put in the 9s? Yes, I did. Okay, so RDV, what do you got?
I got Daredevil as being my favorite. And least favorites? Oh, man. Thor.
Alrighty. Daredevil, which is number 6. And Thor, which is number 3. Okay. Zach, what is your favorite and least favorite?
Thor is the best one, my most favorite.
All right.
And the Mimi romance comic one is the least.
All right. Number 5. Number 5 is the least favorite. Okay. Amy, favorite and least favorite of the 9s.
I'll say the Secret. Is it Secret Diaries? What is it?
Yeah. It's Secret Hearts.
Secret Hearts. I'll say that one's my favorite of them.
Okay.
And I guess my least favorite would probably be the Black Panther one.
Okay. Alrighty. And for me, oh my gosh, is it the Kool-Aid Man? Is the Kool-Aid Man actually the best one up there?
Yes.
It is really, really cool. And it's standing out to me. I'm looking through them and I'm like, the two that really go for me are Secret Hearts or the Cool. You know what? I'm going to represent. I don't think anybody else is, so I'm going to represent Kool-Aid Man on this one. My least favorite is the Marvel 2-in-1. All right. Somebody's got to represent Kool-Aid Man.
There. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So third is best, sixth is worst for Dark Kato, which is Thor being the best and the Daredevil being the worst. All righty. And next up, we have the nines. Marvel Team Up. Hawkeye is the best. Kool-Aid is the worst. Already. So that would be number 2. He's opposite of mine. There we go. And let's see. 1 and 5 from Joe. Somebody agreed with me on the Kool-Aid Man. There we go. All right. Make sure to vote in the poll. That's true. Tell us what the what DC villain you want to see us do. All righty, and don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, and if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the tip jar, or show up on Saturday and buy a couple of books at the auction. All right, so all great. Thor is the best, says Michael Taylor. What is the worst there, Michael Taylor? All righty, so we put number 3 is the best for him. The meme and the cat for Ethereal. Alrighty, the meme being the romance, which is number 5, and the cat, which is number 4, is the worst. And then we have 6 is best, 1 is worst, says Desert Rose. Okay, let's see. Bad Comic says 2 is best, 6 is worst. There we go. And then we have what do we got? Dark Admiral, 2 is best, 3 is least. And then we have 9s. 3 is best. Worst is 1. All right. And then we have Michael Taylor. That was Maranya. Michael Taylor says Thor best. Kool-Aid worst. Okay. And then we have great show. Thank you, comics. Glad you had fun. We do this every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okey-dokes, and 9 is Kool-Aid best, Thor is worst. Okay, Kool-Aid's best, Thor is the worst. And there we go. Let me put the stop. If you have a last-minute vote, we will use it. But for now, let me ratio this stuff and find out in what order we're putting these in. Okay, obvious crapolas. Do we have any of those? Yes, we do, with 2 negatives, no positives. 7 stays in its place. And then let's see, do we have any that ratio towards the worst? Yes, we do. Oh, no, we've got 1 with no positives and 1 negative, and that's the cat. At number 4 is the cat. So right there. And then we've got 3 positives, 1 negative for the Kool-Aid Man. Wah, wah, wah. There we go. All right, get him on
You did
there.
good, Kool-Aid Man.
Well, at least he's not the least of them. So there you go. All righty. Next up, I think we're all on the positive side after this. Kids, nope. 2 of them knock each other out, so it's a tie. Since it's here and not at the top, I'm going to use the powers of owning the channel, and it is 5 and 6, which would be the Hawkeye, the Daredevil Hawkeye, and the Secret Hearts. Are tied, and why not we just leave them there? So it comes down to Thor versus Marvel Team Up. And we have 5 positives, 3 negatives versus 3 positives, 1 negative. So the score is better, but one has more positives than the other. So Thor moves up, and that's our 9s. But let's move on to 10s, and we're going to find out which one we are sending to the bracket fights. This is the last book of the season, ladies and gentlemen. So tomorrow night will be bracket fights to find out which is the best cover of season 9. And we have some very good covers, including Avengers number 4 and Hulk number 1. So it's going to be really neat. And yes, if you're new to this channel, please come on tomorrow and vote on the bracket fights. But for now, let's go for 10 and find out what cover is going to be in the fights tomorrow. All righty, RDV, best and worst of the 10s.
Yeah, this is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Where's this Captain America?
Okay.
The best is Spider-Man.
All righty. And how about you, Zach?
Well, The worst is definitely Captain America. That's a no-brainer.
Still great.
I forgot that it made it up to the 10s. Golly. It's a toss-up for me between Fantastic Four and Shayna the She-Devil.
They're both awesome.
They're both
I'd go
really
Fantastic.
good.
Well, one of them's gonna die. Shanna's gonna smack right into the concrete there because he's being whipped off.
Yeah, but she comes back. She comes back in a Frank Cho miniseries. So, I mean, there's that.
With a new face.
And the Mandrill is also like a really fun villain. But
So, which one do you choose?
Fantastic Four.
All right. So, Fantastic Four is the best, Cap's the worst on this one. Amy, favorite and least favorite of the 10s.
I think my favorite's going to be the Spider-Man one overall.
Okay.
And well, I think my least favorite's going to be the mystery.
I knew that. I knew that before you said it. Hey, look, I already called it. It's one of my favorite covers of all time, and it's Amazing Spider-Man number 39. The worst of these,
These are all good.
I got to go Shanna of the Jungle. All righty. I think they're all great, though. I even like the Cap. All right, so Dark Admiral is saying 6 is best and 1 is the worst. The 10s, Bring On the Bad Guy is the best. Captain America is the worst. And then we have 4 and 1, says Joe. All righty. We may have a hard time as far as the worst are concerned. No, 6 is the best and 4 is the worst. All righty, 6 and 4 is the worst. Next up, we have Darth Kato saying this one is tough. 5th best, 6th worst. 6 is worst. Okay. All right. Wow. Everybody's got their opinions, man. I mean, it is what 'tis. MK is agreeing. 10, She-Devil is best. And that is book 3. The worst is number 6.
All right, I'm going to put out there's going to be new tryouts for the Raphael parts on Saturday nights.
All righty. 3 from Ethereal Dragon and 6 is the worst, as Ethereal says. 10's best, 6 worst. 10's best. 10's best, 6 worst, 3. Okay, there you go. All righty. Then the worst is 3. Let's see. They're all great. Spider-Man is the best since I have to rate a bad. She-Devil, all great, though. I agree. All are great. 4 is best. 1 is worst, says Desert Rose. All righty. And then we've gotta go. Have a good night, everyone. You, Zach, despite being a commie. That's from Dark Admiral. At least I moved up.
I saw it. He's on my radar now.
Zach,
I know. Even the Klansmen love America. So
Zach,
no.
Zach, I gotta say your
I just can't win. I can't win.
Zach,
I don't know which is worse.
Zach saying he upgraded from Klansman to commie. You just broadened your horizons of hating people.
I know, right? Yeah. All righty. So let's get the stop here, kids. And that's once again, if y'all have a last minute vote.
Here. Nobody forced me. I came into this. I'm so sick.
Hey, you know what? Please don't feel bad because we're just.
No, I'm not. I'm just kidding.
All righty. There's an obvious worst on this list here, and it is the Captain America with no positives and 7 negatives. Let's see. Do we have anything else like that? We do, but we've got 3 that have 2 positives and at least 1 negative, but we've got 1 that has 2 positives and 3 negatives, and that would have been book number 3, Shauna the She-Devil. All righty. So she moves down to that, and then we have 4 and 5 were both 2 and 1. All righty, and that would have been the Journey into Mystery and the Bring On the Bad Guys. I'm gonna move that down. Since it was so bad that Amy did not even rank it, and the bad guys go there, and it goes with 1 positive, no negatives, and 8 positive, 3 negatives. Fantastic Four drops to second. And our number one cover of the night is Spider-Man, and it is number 15, Captain America Flat Falcon Split. Number 14 is Rain Man. Number 13, Black Panther versus Man-Ape. Number 12 is the Cat versus the Owl. Kool-Aid Man, oh yeah, comes on in just right outside the top 10. Daredevil is number 10. Number 9, Secret Hearts. Number 8 is Marvel Team Up with Spider-Man and Hawkeye. Number 7 is Thor. Number 6, Golden Age Captain America. Number 5 is She-Devil. Number 4, Journey into Mystery. Number 3, Bring on the Bad Guys 2 is Fantastic Four. And as I said before, Spider-Man
So Spider-Man
is the number one, and
even
he is going to the bracket fights.
So Spider-Man won with 3 negatives. Because he was number 6.
Yeah, but it had 8 positives. Yes.
Wow.
8 positives. So that's what won it. Yeah.
See that?
All righty. So there we go, gang.
Suck it.
All right, before we go though, we do have to find out and don't spoil it for me, guys. Let's see. Oh, I see a high number for Manta.
Spider-Man does defeat the Green Goblin and get his protect his secret identity. So
spoilers. Okay, we had 29 votes. Thank you very much to everybody who participated. 10% of that vote went to Doomsday, 20 to Deadshot, 31% went to Black Manta, and it looks like the first voted on villain will be Brainiac. He's a Brainiac. I think that joke was told earlier. Alrighty, so I will put him into the list, and we're going to keep doing this and fill up the DC villains. There you go. Alrighty. Let's see. Anything we need to say or do? What's going on tomorrow for you guys?
Tomorrow night, probably do some recordings offline for some more comic books.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm going to be depressed all day because I'm getting about a foot of snow.
Oh no!
I'm looking forward to it. Also, we are going to be doing at 10:30. We're going to be doing the bracket fight, so join us for that. We have some really good covers in this in the bracket fights coming up. Just to remind you real quick, as a matter of fact, might as well. This is. Hold on just a second. If I'm going to do this, do it right. God dang it! Of course, it's going to take. What's up?
Say that the poll. Energemic was talking about it.
What?
Brainiac coming back from behind to win.
Oh, was he losing all night?
You know, Brainiac was kind of Black Widow was in front, and then ZACK rallied his guys up, and they said no.
Yeah, we can't have that. We can't.
I voted for Doomsday. What are you talking about?
See, you want nobody. You didn't want Black Manta. You went for Doomsday.
Yeah, because Doomsday is a boss.
Is he though?
Black Manta versus Doomsday. Who wins? It's Doomsday every time, and twice.
Yeah,
on
we're
Sunday.
talking about who's got the best covers, and Black Manta does have some, but Doomsday has some awesome covers as well. Yeah, we gotta give
the guy
credit.
with flying saucer head and laser eyes.
My favorite
Yes,
Doomsday cover.
has some awesome
Just
epic
kidding.
covers.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Black Manta is a cool villain.
Do you know my favorite
All right,
Doomsday
so-
cover is? Where he's wearing the green costume. You can't tell it's Doomsday.
Those are
That's
pretty cool
the
too.
word.
Okay, so here are the covers that have made the bracket fight. The Detective Comics issues number 13 to 26. This is the number 26. And then this is the 1936 covers. We have Big Book Westerns. And then from the Legion of Superheroes number 197 here. Metal Men, issue number, I forgot. All right, Marvel Team Up, issue number 12. We also have Static, issue number 5. That entire show was filled with bad comic book covers. This is the best of the shit. Sea Devils, issue number 2, or 3, excuse me. And then we have, say again?
Sea Devils, nothing but good covers.
Oh, I know. That was a 10 fest. Those covers were freaking awesome. Yes. Tales to Astonish, issue number 59.
That's
and
a
then
really
we
cool
have
cover.
X-Men number 12, the first appearance of Juggernaut. Avengers number 4, classic cover. Johnny Quest, issue number 5. And then we have Moon Knight number 8. Alice Cooper, the Blue Water variant, issue number 1.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Heavy Metal Magazine. I forgot what number that is. I can't see it on the thing there, but Outer Limits issue number 1.
Yes.
And now finally Amazing Spider-Man 39. So those are the books that are going to be in the bracket fights. Really cool. Next poll put up for Black Manta. Yeah. All right, gang. So thank you very much for hanging out with us. This is one of the longest shows we've done here. It was a 15 booker. That's what this is one of the reasons why I stopped doing 15. But in all honesty, I kind of like it for the artist thing because we can show a bigger variety of covers. That being said, don't forget to click like, share, subscribe. Going over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the tip jar if you don't mind, or come to the auction on Saturday. I am going to do a video showing off the books I got yesterday. Thank you very much to everyone, all true believers. Thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night, kids.
Good night, everyone.
Vidas